Good evening and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball from Newellmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, Now Pharmacy, and the First American Bank of Lovington. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. For all of your oil field service needs, count on the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Lady Cats and Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle. Final home game of the district regular season tonight for the Lovington Lady Cats. Of course, it is a doubleheader. The Lady Cats will be followed by the Wildcats. So for both teams tonight, Lady Cats and Wildcats, and, well, the same goes for the Lady Rockets and the Rockets of Goddard, too. Even though first place in the district is probably out of the question now, they all control their fate for second place. Both the Lady Cats and the Lady Rockets are 1-3 in district coming into this one, and both teams are pretty much on the bubble when it comes to the playoffs. Now, when we were at their place a week ago, the Lady Cats got the big victory in that one, a much-needed win for the Lady Cats, and it means that they do control their destiny shooting for second place in the district. Of course, the other night when they had to go up to Artesia to start district, didn't quite go the way the Lady Cats wanted. Now, they did get a lot of good scoring, balanced scoring in that game. 7 Lady Cats scoring, but no double-digit scores. Elizabeth Buendia led the charge. She had 9 in the ballgame. Malaya Castro with 7 for the Lady Cats. Way too many turnovers in that ballgame, something they're definitely going to have to keep an eye on, because the Goddard Lady Rockets can definitely put a press on you if they want to. In that ballgame against Artesia, Lovington turned the ball over. Let's see, that was 32 times in the ballgame. They just had way too much hanging on to the basketball, so they've got their work cut out for them tonight. Didn't get an awful lot of opportunity at the free throw line in that game either, and they had their problems. They just went 3 of 8 from the charity stripe in that game, so they left a lot of points on the board against the Lady Bulldogs, I should say, last Friday night. Now, when these two teams met up a couple of weeks ago there in Goddard, leading scorer was Sarah Arroyo in that ballgame. She had 12 points for Goddard, so definitely going to need to keep an eye on her. But they did a nice job shutting down, especially Erica Cannon, and Ashley Buck in that ball game, and Clara Hatch, all with the ability to put big numbers up for the Lady Rockets. So for the Lady Cats, they come into tonight knowing what they have to do. A win tonight pretty much sets them up in good position for second place, and at least getting to host a game no matter what happens on Friday night in the district tournament next week. For the Lady Cats, under returning head coach Chief Bridgeforth, his first year back at the helm. Right now they are 11-12 overall on the season, trying to get back to 500. As I mentioned, they are 1-3 in district, and right now they would go into the playoffs if they took the power rankings, and things obviously change when you have things go on in district tournaments and late season ball games. They would go in as the number 14 seed. On the other side, for the Lady Rockets, under first year head coach Chris Roybal, they are 14-10 on the year, but they are also 1-3 in the district race. Right now, they are seeded 11th, or ranked number 11, I should say. And we've talked about this really all season long. I don't think that the number 4 team in this district is going to get a nod into the playoffs here in a couple of weeks. So very, very important for the Lovington Lady Cats to win tonight and then go to Portales and get a win there if they can. If not, definitely going to need a win in the district tournament to have any shot at getting into the playoffs. Of course, we'll worry more about that when we get into the postgame on Friday night and then district tournament next week. But both of these teams tonight holding their fates in their own hands. So the team's out warming up. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. And a big thanks to Coach Stephen McCraw, Lady Cat softball coach and the official scorer and timekeeper here. He was nice enough to send up the starting lineup so we don't have to wait on those starting five tonight for the visiting Lady Rockets. It'll be number 21, Eden Chavira, number 22, Ashley Buck, number 24, Sarah Royo, number 32, Erica Cannon, and number 33, Clara Hatch. Cannon normally wearing number 4, but tonight going to be wearing number 32. For your Lovington Lady Cats, starting five, and this seems to be the starting five that Chief has decided on, at least since we've gotten into district. It'll be number 5, Aubrey Aranda, number 10, Myra Castro, number 12, Malaya Castro, number 14, Ashton Barunda, number 20, Elizabeth Buendia. We'll take a timeout, come back, and get this one started off. You're listening to and watching the Lovington Lady Cats from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and also on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. We'll be back with the tip-off, and this has been your Stone Oilfield pregame show from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services, Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat and Lovington Wildcat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. And we'd also like to welcome in our viewers tonight on KSVPTV.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for this ball game tonight. Pivotal game for both the Lady Cats and the Lady Rockets. The visiting Lady Rockets are in the royal blue road unis with the Columbia blue letters and numbers. For the Lovington Lady Cats, they are in the home whites with the royal blue letters and numbers. So the navy versus the white tonight, and both teams trying to move one step closer to claiming second place in the district race and at least get a home game if they can in the district tournament. Starting five once again tonight for the Lady Rockets. It'll be Erica Cannon, Eden Chavira, Ashley Buck, Sarah Royo, and Clara Hatch. For the Lady Cats, it'll be Aubrey Aranda, Myra Castro, Malaya Castro, Ashlyn Barunda, and Liz Buendia. And it'll be Barunda to take the jump against Hatch. And we are ready to go. District action tonight from Art Carger Court at Wildcat Gym. Well, the whistle is sounded, and here we go. And the opening tip will be controlled by Castro. Malaya takes it for the Lady Cats. Will give it off to Buendia. She gets bottled up by Royo and will move it back around. Malaya almost loses the basketball, but will cycle it back around, and the Lady Cats will reset. Malaya with it, tries to hand it off, and Myra there to save it under intense pressure from Cannon, and they'll hand it off to Buendia. Top of the arc gets poked away and will go out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball in front of the Goddard bench. 30 seconds into this one. No score as of yet. Lady Cats on their opening possession of the ball game. As Malaya will inbound it to Myra back near center court. Swing it around to Buendia in the right wing. She'll start taking it up, use up the dribble. Then she'll throw it deep right corner to Myra. Drives in on the right base, but travels before she gets going. Takes that extra little step, and that'll be a turnover for Lovington. So inbounding, it'll be Royo for the Lady Rockets. She'll get it in to Cannon, who will take it across the timeline. Cannon working against Aranda, moves it to Royo, and then to the free throw line. Pop a shot from there, Chavira. It is off the mark. Wild scramble for the rebound. Hatch comes up with it, resets, gets it to Cannon in the right block. Her shot is up, no good, and the rebound will be made by Hatch. They'll reset, go to the top of the arc with Chavira, and show a little walk and no call, and she'll take it into the paint, put up a little 5-footer, and up and in for Chavira. Lady Cat faithful not happy about it. Looked like she took a little slide step, but no call. And the Goddard Lady Rockets are in the lead. Full court press is on. Buendia tries to break it. She will. Gets it across the timeline, working against Cannon, who just takes it away from her and will start it back the other way. Cannon will get the steal, take it coast to coast, and up and in, and Goddard quickly out to a 4-0 lead. Full court press on once again for Goddard. They're playing the trap press. Get it to Myra in front of the scorer's table, and she'll get it across the timeline. Tries to get it to Aranda, and out of bounds. Just throws it away. Third turnover on 3 possessions for the Lady Cats. Minute and a half gone in this one. Goddard up by a score of 4-0. Lovington going to drop back in defense. 1-1-3 zone look as Cannon will toss it to Chavira. Tosses to the free throw line, and the 15-footer is up and in for Royo. And just like that, a 6-0 run to start the ball game. And Chief Bridgeforth says, whoa, Nelly, let's stop this one up. And let's talk about it for just a minute. It will be a 30, so we will keep it right here. Say a big thanks to the good folks who make Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat sports possible, including Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Davin Energy Now Pharmacy, and the First American Bank of Lovington. Of course, also thanks to all the sponsors for the Goddard Lady Rockets from KSVP there in Roswell. So here tonight in Lovington, final home game of the district season for the Lovington Lady Cats. And right now, the Lady Rockets have come out on a mission and lead this one by a score of 6-0. So Coach Bridgeforth takes the timeout, going to try and settle his squad down. It'll be the Lady Cats who will inbound out of the timeout. Myra gets it into Malaya. Back to Myra, and the pressure is on. They'll move it into the front court with Barunda, hand it off to Aranda. Gets pushed out, and they'll just move it around. Toss it back to Malaya. Lovington looking for anything inside, have yet to get it. Malaya goes in off of a little screen, but is forced out again. Good defense by Goddard. Aranda to the far baseline, then back out to Buendia. Buendia, a little shake and bake. She'll pull the trigger on a three-pointer from the right wing, up and no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Hatch, and it'll stay Lovington basketball. 5:51 to go here in the first, a 6-0 lead for the Lady Rockets. So Myra to inbound it from the right baseline, tosses it in and swatted away by Chavita out of bounds. Should stay Lovington basketball. It will, and Buendia will cycle over to inbound it for Lovington. Liz telling her squad where she wants them to go. Under pressure, she'll throw it in the fastball to Aranda in the low post. A little turnaround, Jay, no good. Barunda is there with the putback. That one won't go, and the rebound is going to be made by Hatch. So back down come the Lady Rockets, pushing it forward to Chavira. Thinks about the three, uses up the dribble, needs some help, gets it to Cannon in the right corner. She'll move it around, flip it back to Chavira. They'll cycle it. Royo for three, and that one will be too hard off the front of the iron. But the rebound, Cannon's going to come away with her second. Cannon to the free throw line. Now hippity hop into the right lane. Tosses out into the right side for Buck for three, and it is up and it is good. And right now, Goddard putting on a clinic, leading this one 9-0, and another steal for the Lady Rockets. They will bring it back down. Buck swings it over, and that one going to be stolen away by Castro. First turnover for Goddard, and a foul going to be whistled on Chavira. Her first personal, first team foul on the Lady Rockets. 5:02 to go in the first, a 9-0 lead, as Erlin Salcido will check in for the Lovington Lady Cats. Trying to get a little more physical presence underneath. The inbound comes to Buendia. She'll get it forward to Malaya. Malaya takes it from the left to the right, goes up and puts it up off the glass, and the Lady Cats are in the books. 9-2 the score, a 7-point lead for Goddard. 4:48 to go here in the first. Cannon uses up the dribble, directs traffic, and then throws it over the head of everybody. Royo tries to get to it, that was Buck, but it'll go out and turnover number 2 for the Lady Rockets. So now it'll be Castro to inbound it from the crux of the baseline, the corner of the baseline. Full court pressure still on for Goddard. To Barunda, who takes it up under pressure, but she is going to step on the sideline, and 5 turnovers for the Lady Cats. That's what bit them so hard against Artesia the other night. 32 turnovers in that ball game, 19 in the first half. Looks like the fumbleitis continues a little bit tonight. 4.5 remaining here in the first as Cannon will run the point. Swings it around to Royo, who will bounce it to Chavira. Top of the arc, WNBA 3. It is off the glass. Cannon is there with the rebound, and she'll just recycle. Goddard will reset. Come near side to Chavira as Castro picks her up quickly. Now underhand to Cannon, almost loses it. And they'll just continue to work it around the top of the arc. And now backing it up near center court, Chavira. Swing it over to Royo, and she'll put the high inlet, trying to get it into Luck, who just checked into the ball game. Luck can't handle it, and it'll wind up in the hands of the Lovington Lady Cats. Three-pointer on the way for Castro, and bang! Malaya Castro drains the three ball, and Lovington now on a 5-0 run after a 9-0 run for Goddard. 9-5 the score. Goddard in the lead. 3:35 remaining here in this first quarter. The fastball in, and Salcido will knock it away as they were trying to get it into Buck. So it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay Goddard basketball. First, don't forget, coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com and KSVPTV.com, we will have the boys game for you. But the girls taking center stage right now is Chavira to Buck. Nobody on her. Thinks about the long three. Now thinks better of it. Gets it back out to Chavira. She'll just dribble it, get a high one into Luck, and they'll swing it around. Buck works against Castro, goes to the left block, and will push it back out. Chavira off of a pick, puts up a 15-footer from the left wing. That one won't go. Will wind up with her own rebound. Her putback won't go. Luck is there with the rebound, but she is going to be stripped away, and then we'll have a whistle and a foul And they are going to call that one a hold on. Let's see if they put that one up on. They're going to whistle that one on Chavira, her second personal, second team foul. Chavira fouled out of that ball game at ground zero the other night, so she'll check out, and Avery Pirtle will check in for Goddard. 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Still full court pressure. Buendia will break it, gets it over to Aranda. Aranda to the free throw line. Now to Castro. Little pop and shot from the right wing, and bang! Her second tray of the ball game. And we got a 1-point game here at Wildcat Gym. 9-8 our score. Goddard in the lead. A little bit of pressure from the Lady Cats. They'll move it into the front court with Buck. She'll toss it to Luck, top of the arc. Top takes the handoff. Now comes near side to Royo. Royo will cycle it back out near the Lady Cat at center court. It's a little screen from Luck. Royo takes it in, uses up the dribble, and a bounce pass and a travel going to be called on the Lady Rockets. That'll be their fourth turnover of the ball game. Barunda checks out as freshman Miguel Schaus checks in. With 2:19 to go here in the first, a 1-point ball game. A 9-0 run to start the game for Goddard. An 8-0 run for Lovington since. 9-8 the score to Aranda. As they break the press, she'll take it into the right lane, and Aubrey will lay it up and in. And Lovington is up now 10-9. So a 9-0 run for Goddard to start, a 10-0 run for Lovington since. Under 2 to play here in the first. Cannon uses up her dribble in the backcourt, will toss it. Lines up in the hands of Luck. Gonna come back to Royo. She's just gonna direct traffic with 1:45 to go in the first. She'll move people around. Hatch back in the ball game for the Lady Rockets. Cannon with it. Now into the corner for Pirtle. Pirtle moves it around. Her 15-footer from the right wing bounces around. Not going to go. Wild scramble for it, and Castro will wind up with it. That is Malaya. Malaya going to take it herself into the front court. Now she'll toss it back to Buendia. Little head fake from Liz. Now she'll step back and put up an air ball. It'll go out of bounds and back into the hands of the Lady Rockets. 1:18 to go in the first. Checking out is Malaya. Checking in will be Audrey Alexander for the Lady Cats. You got Alexander, Aranda, Buendia, Schaus, and Salcido on the court for the Lady Cats. You've got Cannon, Royo, Hatch, Pirtle, and Luck on the floor for the Lady Rockets. As Royo controls, hands to Cannon, flips back to Pirtle in front of the scorers table, now around. Long cross-court pass to Royo in front of the Stray Cats, goes in, loses the handle on the basketball, goes to the floor, rolls it around, and somehow Hatch will come away with it on the near side. Bad pass, though, to the free throw line. Lovington will take it away and back down, giving it to Alexander. She'll put up a wild shot. It is high off the glass and travels before she can get the shot off. Got bumped from behind, but the travel happened first. Checking back into the ball game will be Buck. She'll go in for Royo with 43 seconds to go here in the first. So the inbound will come from Buck to Cannon. 10-9, the Lady Cats in the lead. Here in this one, Cannon to the front court, handles the ball, gets left corner, gets it to Buck. She'll take it to the free throw line, then to Hatch, top of the arc. 3 ball off the mark, but a rebound going to be made, and then a foul called as Pirtle will get the rebound. She'll head to the line to shoot 2. Going to call the hack foul on, push foul, I should say, on Salcido. Erlin's first personal. First team foul on Lovington, and the first trip for either team to the line. 23 seconds to go, a 1-point Lovington lead. So Pirtle heads to the stripe, puts up the first, and it is through, and we are tied. 10 apiece from the free throw line. Pirtle breaks a 10-0 Lovington run and gets in the scorebook. Second on the way for Pirtle. It is up, it is off the mark, and it'll be Buendia with the rebound. Liz will keep it herself as Goddard will drop back in defense for the first time in the ball game. 15 seconds to go. The handoff to Aranda near center court. Aubrey picks up the dribble. They're going to work it around. Buendia with Cannon on her. Goes behind the back, looking for a little help. Still working out near center court. Aranda needs to get it in. They'll get it to Salcido. And no shot at the buzzer. And we have played a quarter. Our score is tied at 10 apiece. This is Lovington Lady Cat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat and Goddard Lady Rocket basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome in the audience tonight on KSVPTV.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us all. Tied at 10 after 1 as these two teams are still fighting and in the hunt for second place. It'll be Goddard basketball as we start this second quarter. As the inbound will come in from Buck to Cannon. Then Pirtle will set a screen. Cannon brings it to the right block. Her 15-footer not going to fall, and Hatch will have her third rebound. Hatch moves it to Buck. She'll take it back out and just back it up as Castro gets on her quickly. Push it over, and they'll just continue to work it around. Now the bounce back to the top of the arc. Buck to the free throw line, partially blocked out, and into the hands of Buendia. So out of the partial block, Buendia brings it down for the Lady Cats. 30 seconds gone, and a screen called, and we're going to have an offensive foul called. And they are going to call the charge on Ashlyn Barunda. Ashlyn's first personal. Second team foul on Lovington, but their seventh turnover. So it'll be Goddard basketball from just right of their own bench as Buck will inbound it. Tosses into the backcourt for Cannon. Cannon works against Aranda, takes it to the far side, now into the left corner, three on the way, and that one rattles home for Buck. That's her second tray of the ball game, and it's now 13-10, Goddard in the lead. To Barunda, drives into the right lane and tries to scoop it out as she's losing the basketball, but last touched. They're going to say by Buck. 1 minute gone here in this second quarter. 13-10, Goddard in the lead. Oh, the inbound will come in from Buendia. The high inlet comes in, and they'll work it around. Winds up in the hands of Aranda. Uses up the dribble in the right elbow. Gets it to Buendia. Now to Castro from the left corner. That one will be off the mark. And off of the tip, it'll go into the hands of Aranda. Aranda takes it to the baseline. Kicks it out to Barunda. Right corner for three. And that one bangs home. Bang! Ashlyn Barunda has her first points of the ball game. And we are tied at 13 apiece. Sorry about the camera work. I am flying solo during the girls' game here. So it'll be Cannon who will take it over into the right corner. Working again. They will move it to Buck and then toss it out and over the head of Hatch and out of bounds. Seventh turnover for the Lady Rockets. So subs coming in for Goddard as Luck will check into the ball game. She'll come in for Hatch. Still got Castro, Buendia, Aranda, Barunda, and Castro on the floor for the Lady Cats. Buendia off of the pick, throws it over. Malaya in the left corner for three, and that one will be off the mark, but Myra's there with the rebound. Lovington resets to Aranda, top of the arc. That one is going to be off the mark, and Ashlyn will come away with it. Barunda hands it off to Malaya. To Buendia, getting on her quickly is Royo. Now back over to Castro. She'll cycle it around to Aranda. Right corner for three, and bang! Aubrey Aranda hits the three ball, and Lovington up 16-13. A back-and-forth affair here on Art Carter Court in this next-to-last game of the district regular season. So it'll be Buck to the front court. Works against Castro, who goes through the screen of Pirtle. Now top of the arc, Royo, the leaner on the three ball, no good, but the rebound will be brought down by Buck. Goddard will reset. Buck for three. Left corner this time. That one is off the mark. Pirtle is there with the rebound. Her putback won't go, but it is Luck who gets the rebound, and her putback will go. So now 16-15, a 1-point Lovington lead. 5 to go in the first half. Buendia goes behind the back under pressure from Royo. Tries to hand it off, and the ball goes loose on the floor. Buendia somehow winds up with it. after a mad scramble. Liz will just back it up as we click under 5 to play. Barunda goes in, goes around Luck, puts up the shot, and count the bucket and the foul. Barunda went around Luck and then drew the foul. And the foul will be called on Addison Luck, her first personal, third team foul. And that'll make it 18-15, and Barunda heads to the line for the and one. Pirtle checks out, checking back in. Will be Hatch, also coming into the ball game for, that's Buck. Checking in for her will be Lexi Pignon. Barunda at the line for the and one. Ashland's three the old-fashioned way up, not going to go, and the rebound by Luck. She'll push it forward to Cannon, who brings it into the offensive zone for the Lady Rockets. She'll go through traffic, going to be partially blocked out. Hatch is there with it. Saves it, pops out. Pignon from the right wing. Three on the way off of the tip. It'll wind up in the hands of Malaya Castro. Castro to Aranda. 4.5 to play in the first. Back to Buendia, and Lovington will reset. 4.5 remaining in the first. Buendia goes through traffic, a little underhand scoop. That one's not going to go in. The rebound by Luck, her fourth. Then that'll be Royo to run the point. Brings it over for the Lady Rockets to Pignon in front of the Stray Cats. Now back out. And Royo will take it, uses upper dribble, in trouble, and they are going to call jump ball, and it'll be Lovington basketball. Nice job by Lovington to collapse in with Barunda, Aranda, and Castro to get it back in the hands of the Lovington Lady Cats. So Cannon checks out as Hatch will check back in with 4:10 remaining here in the first half, I should say. 18-15, Lovington in the lead. To the front court come the Lady Cats as Buendia, 18-footer, and nobody underneath to rebound, and it'll wind up in the hands of Addison Luck. And whoever's texting, I'll get to it when I can. 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Royo to the front court. Puts up a wild shot. Going to be partially blocked, but Luck is there with it. Her putback is no good, but she's going to be fouled. She'll head to the line to shoot two. So the foul going to be put up on Barunda. That'll be her second personal, third team foul. And so at the line, it'll be Luck. Her first trip to the stripe, puts up her first, and that one is too hard off the back of the iron. No good. Addison Luck misses her first. So the score will remain 18-15, but Luck has one more from the line. Second shot on the way, and Luck will get that one to go. Breaks a bit of a scoring drought for the Lady Rockets, and 18-16 now the score. 3:40 to go in the first half, as Erlyn Salcido and Audrey Alexander will check back in for Lovington. Salcido, Aranda, Alexander, Castro, and Castro on the floor for the Lady Cats. To Malaya under pressure from Cannon, gets it into the front court, and he'll toss it off to Myra. Back to Malaya, right corner, three on the way, off of the arc. And off the mark, I should say, and the rebound by Buck. And then she's going to be tied up, but it'll stay in the hands of Goddard. I've got to think they have the possession arrow for Lovington, but I'm pretty sure it's Goddard's ball. Yeah, it's going to be. So it'll be Cannon's basketball as she will take it across the big cat at center court. And they'll move it in, trying the high inlet to the low post, knocked away. As Castro stepped in front of that one and gets it away from Luck. Go into the front court comes Myra. She uses upper dribble, working against Chavira, needs some help. Alexander there at the free throw line. Out to Malaya. She'll do a little floater from 12 and off the glass and good. Malaya with 10 points in the ball game, and Lovington now up 20-16. 4-point lead, biggest in the ball game. Pirtle waits to check in, so does Buendia for the Rockets and the Lady Cats respectively. As Royo bounces it, almost loses it. Cannon there to save it. Tossing out to Chavita. Goes to the left block and has to underhand it back out as they'll cycle it around left to right. Backing up is Royo. Alexander picks her up and gets a screen from Luck. Uses upper dribble. Tosses inside and Salcido knocks it away. And it'll wind up in the hands of Castro. Myra throws it to Malaya, who saves it, but right back into the hands of the Lady Rockets. Throw it underneath to Royo. Myra gets on her quickly. Pushes into Cannon. Nifty little move to go just in front of the free throw line. Her shot is up. No good. And the rebound by Aranda. Aubrey going to slow things up as we hit the 2-minute mark remaining in the first. 20-16, Lovington in the lead. It's not do or die for either team, but you got a feeling that it might actually be. To Alexander. Gives it to Aranda. 18-footer up and no good. And the rebound going to be brought down by Cannon, her fourth. Goddard has out-rebounded Lovington 9 ways to Sunday in this one. Underneath to Chavita, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line to shoot 2. Going to call the hold foul on Aranda, her first personal. 4th team foul on Lovington. Both teams playing pretty cleanly. So Chavita to the line, her first trip to the stripe. Trying to cut this down with 1:41 remaining in the first half. Chavita's first is up and in and out. So the score stays at 20-16. As Pirtle and Hatch check in, Royo and Luck will check out. Buendia checks in for Lovington as Aranda heads to the bench. Chavira at the line, missed the first, eyes the second, puts it up and gets that one to go, nothing but net. So now it's 20-17, Lovington in the lead. Malaya to the front court, just turns on the Jets, goes around everybody, but misses the open layup, and the rebound in by Pirtle. A little pressure in the backcourt. Cannon, though, will have it and push it forward into the front court with Buck. Buck tosses over near side to Chavita. She'll pop a shot from 15 in the right wing, and it is up, and it is good for Eden Chavita. So Chavita makes this a 1-point ball game again, 20-19, Lovington in the lead. To the front court, it's going to be Malaya who tries to float one up, and it's going to be well short, but she's fouled. Going to whistle that one on Ashley Buck. That'll be her first personal, 4th team foul. And so Malaya will head to the line to shoot 2. Malaya with 10 points in this first half. Half of the points on the board for the Lady Cats, her responsibility. So Malaya at the line. Her first trip to the stripe tonight. Puts up the first and in and out. Wow. Malaya usually almost automatic from there. She just takes a deep breath like, ugh. So missed the first, but she still has one more try at it. Eyes it, skies it, and that one is good. So now 21-19 is the score. Back into the hands of the Lady Rockets. Cannon uses up her dribble, top of the arc, throws it to the left baseline, and that's Buck there. Couldn't really pull the shot on it. A little bit out of position to Cannon, to Chavita, who drives through the lane and will put it up and in. Chavita with 9 points, and we are tied at 21 apiece. Under a minute to go here in the first half, and a bad bounce and into the hands of the Lady Rockets. Back down comes Pirtle. She'll get it underneath to Cannon, and Cannon will put it up and in. Her first bucket of the ball game makes it 23-21. Goddard's first lead since early in the first. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. To Malaya, pop a shot, top of the arc for 3. Off of the mark, and it'll be Hatch with her 4th rebound. She'll just hand it off to Cannon with 19 seconds remaining in the first half. And she'll just walk it over the timeline. Goddard going to be playing for the last shot. Lovington comes out, gets on her. Cannon slings it in, gets it to Hatch, and they are going to call, I think they're going to get Salcido on it. They wave the shot off, so it'll be a floor foul. Yep, it will be the block, and they're going to whistle that one on Salcido. Her second personal, 5th team foul, but it is on the floor. So 3 seconds to go here in the first half, 23-21, Goddard in the lead. Goddard will get it into Cannon, and she'll put up a WNBA 3 and nothing but net. Credit where credit is due, and gets that one off at the buzzer. So we have played a half here at Wildcat Gym. It's Goddard 26, Lovington 21. We'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know How halftime show right after this. You're listening to and watching the Lovington Lady Cats From New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. It is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Hey, you know you're going to need the Napa Know-How for your car at some point. We'll get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. 26-21, Goddard in the lead here at halftime. Well, how did we get here? Well, let's take a look at the numbers for the first half. And we'll start with the visiting Lady Rockets of Goddard as Eden Chivita leads the way. She's got 9 points to pace the Lady Rockets, 6 points for Ashley Buck, both of those coming from beyond the arc. 5 points for Erica Cannon, 3 points Addison Luck, 2 points for Sarah Royo, and a single free throw for Avery Pirtle. For the Lady Rockets, they go 3 of 6 from the free throw line in that first half. Leading rebounder is Addison Luck. As a team, the Lady Rockets dominating in the rebounding category. They had 18 in the first half. They turned the ball over 10 times in the half. They get 10 points in the first. They get 16 in the second. That's how they get to their 26 on the board. Turning the page for the home team, Lovington Lady Cats. Only 3 Lady Cats in the scorebook right now, led by Malaya Castro. She's got 11. 5 points for Ashton Barunda, 5 points for Aubrey Aranda. Lovington, only 2 trips to the line, and they win an uncharacteristic 1 of 3 from the free throw line. They're about a 70% team on the season, but 1 of 3 in that first half. Leading rebounder, Aranda Castro, that's Malaya Castro, and Ashton Barunda with 2 apiece. Lovington only 8 rebounds in that first half. Turned the ball over 9 times. They get 10 points in the first, 10 in the second. 11 in the second. Help if I could read my own handwriting. And that's how they get to their 21 on the board. So your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. If you are the Lovington Lady Cats, you have got to clean the glass a little bit better. You can't get out-rebounded by 10 to a team like the Lady Rockets, or they will make you pay. Goddard had too many opportunities where they had 2-3 looks at the basket, and where Lovington on the other side put up a shot and nobody there to rebound, and so they were one and done. So you've got to work on cleaning the glass just a little bit better in that second half. If you're Lovington, too, you've been a little hot and cold on the offensive side. We saw it in the first quarter and the second quarter. They came out a little bit slow, a little bit cold, and then heated up in the middle of the quarter and then went cold again at the end of it, which is okay if that's what the other team pretty much does, which in the first quarter is what happened for the Lady Rockets. But the Lady Rockets heated back up at the end of the first half and went from being at one point down 4 to now being up 5 here at the half. That's how we get to our 26-21 halftime score. So Napa know-how keys to the second half. Put quite simply, you've got to rebound better and you've got to find some consistent offense. Goddard has done a very nice job, though, keeping Lovington out of the paint. They've got to find a way, if they can, to break the pressure earlier and find some way to drive in and get some looks a little bit closer to the basket. So anything can happen, and we'll find out what is going to happen in the second half. Of course, you're watching free tonight on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 out of my pocket. Not coming from the stations, not coming from the sponsors. It's just my way of saying thanks for being a subscriber to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Getting close, so tell your family and friends, of course, they can watch all their Lovington Cat and Lady Cat ball games right there. We're also, of course, tonight on HobbsAmerica.com, and we'd like to thank our friends at KSVPTV.com. They are taking our feed tonight, so thanks to all of our Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat sponsors. Also, on behalf of Gene Dow and the crew at KSVP, we'd like to thank all of their Goddard, Lady Rocket, and Rocket sponsors as well. So we will return for the second half in just a couple of minutes. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, get up and go.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services, honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym as we get ready to start the second half of this one. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us this evening here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. I was reminded during the break, we're also on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page, and tonight also on KSVPTV.com. No flying solo tonight. I'm TJ Miracle, as I mentioned. Dawn Morgan on assignment in Roswell at Roswell High for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And we've got a good one here, 26-21, a 5-point lead for the Lady Rockets. We go into the second half, and again, I will try and keep up with the quarter on the score bug a little bit better this half. So it'll be Lady Cat basketball as we start the second half. Looks like the starters on the floor for both teams: Aranda, Castro, Barunda, Buendia for Lovington, Cannon, Chavira, Buck, Royo, and Hatch for the Lady Rockets. As the referee telling Chavira back off just a little bit, and we are underway as the inbound comes to Buendia in the backcourt, and she will take it into the offensive zone for Lovington. Get it to Castro, dribbles out, almost loses it, will lose it, but Cannon poked it away. So it'll be Lovington basketball. Myra to inbound it from in front of the Lovington bench. Gets it to Buendia, who leads the Lady Cats in scoring on the season with 13 a game, but had a quiet first half. Buendia to Castro. Malaya back to Liz. Liz hippity hop, now backs it out, uses upper dribble, and will hand it off to Myra. Myra to Malaya. Crosses over, goes to the left lane, puts up a wild shot. It clinks off the front of the iron, but she's fouled. She'll head to the line for two. I think they're going to get Chavira for that one. We'll see for sure. Let's see. Yep, it will be on Chavira, so that'll be her third personal. First team foul in the half on Roswell. So it'll be Malaya at the line. 1-2 from the stripe. So Castro going to bend the knees, puts up the first, and clanks off the front of the iron. So the score stays 26-21. Pirtle waits to check in for Goddard. She'll come in for Chavira. And put Pirtle up in the front blocks, along with Hatch. So Castro at the line, misses the first. Takes the deep breath, puts up the second, and that one is not going to fall. And it'll be Goddard with the rebound, and Pirtle, who just checked in, has that board, her third. So Goddard into their offensive zone, top of the arc, Buck for three. That one is going to be too hard, and it'll be Barunda blocking out and getting her third rebound of the ball game. She'll leave it back for Liz as Buendia brings it across the front court, goes behind the back, and then will cycle it back around. Staying on her closest Royo as they'll hand it off to Malaya. Get it to Myra, into Aranda in the right base. Back out, top of the arc. Buendia, a little bump. Now we'll push it over. Aranda tries a little crossover and winds up taking it in a little underhand scoop. No good, and Hatch will have her fifth rebound of the ball game. She'll keep it herself, uses upper dribble as she crosses the timeline, then over to the left wing with Royo. Royo hands to Cannon, picking her up quickly as Castro. She finds a little room in the left corner, puts up a three ball, no good, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Rockets. 6:31 remaining here in the third. Score no change from what we had at halftime, 26-21 in favor of Goddard. So Lovington basketball off of the out of bounds. As Buendia to the front court, picks up the dribble, gives it to Myra, then around to Malay in front of the Stray Cats on the far side. Hand it to Buendia. Long two-pointer is up and good. Liz will have her first bucket of the ball game and makes it a three-point affair, 26-23. The ref was very emphatic. She had her foot on the line, so that was a two ball. Though the fastball underneath to Buck. A little bit high, has trouble corralling it, and a tie ball as Myra goes in and ties up Buck, but the possession arrow stays with the Lady Rockets. Done a nice job to get in and tie her up. As Buck will inbound it from the right baseline, tosses into Royo, takes it, little runner from about 10, and it is up and good for Sarah Royo. Her second bucket of the ballgame. She's got four. 28-23, back to a 5-point lead for Goddard as Malaya gets the roll as she takes it coast to coast and up and in. Back to a three-point affair, 28-25 in favor of Goddard. Cannon to the front court as Aranda reaches out, swats at it a little bit. To Buck, then to Royo at the free throw line, goes around Barunda, then gets it over to Hatch in the right corner. Three ball on the way, and that one going to be knocked out with authority by Pirtle as she goes over the head of Buendia. So Lovington basketball. I think Buendia's going, how did she not hit me? I don't know either. But she was clean. She went over her head. Pressure in the backcourt as Buendia throws the fastball to Malaya, who will give it to Barunda and count the bucket and the foul as they got her on the give and go as she sliced through the lane. So they'll count it. The push going to be called on Pirtle, her first personal, second team foul. So Ashland with the bucket. She's got 7 in the ball game and a chance to tie it up with 3 the old-fashioned way. 28-27. Lovington struggling from the line tonight, just 1 of 5. So Barunda, her second trip to the line. As Ashland bends the knees, puts up the and one and gets it to fall, and we are tied again, 28 apiece. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Buck to the front court. It's a little pick from Pirtle. Takes it to the front court, or takes it to the free throw line, uses upper dribble. To Royo, to the block, and knocked away by Malaya. Out of bounds. It'll stay Roswell basketball. Roswell Goddard basketball. So Royo to inbound it from in front of the Lovington student section, and it'll be stolen away on the inbound as Malaya to Buendia. And Lovington just going to have to reset to Liz. Right wing, 3 on the way. That one is off the mark. Nobody in the neighborhood to rebound except for Erica Cannon, and she has her 5th board of the ball game for the Lady Rockets. Cannon brings it back down to Buck. Thinks about the 3. And will just cycle it left to right. Goes into the left lane. Splits between Barunda and Castro. And is going to pick up a foul. Not sure which one they're going to call it on. We'll see. And they will call that on Ashland. That's Barunda's 3rd personal. First team foul in the half on the Lady Cats. Salcido waits to check in as Buck at the line to shoot 2. All knotted up at 28. 4.5 to go here in the third. As Buck will get the first one to rattle home. She's got 7 in the ball game. And gives Goddard back the lead, 29-28. Salcido will come in for Barunda. Gonna have to sit with 3. Bridgeforth instructing her. Gotta watch where your hands go when they're making a drive. Second on the way for Buck is up and nothing but net. Whoops. There we go. 30-28 is the score. Buendia barks out the instructions as she crosses the big cat at center court. She'll go left side and takes it herself, and the underhand scoop is up and in for Buendia. She's got 4 points in the ball game, and we are tied again at 30. As now Cannon will bring it across the timeline, gives it to Royo. Castro gets to her quickly. Back to Buck at the top of the arc. Going to be swatted away and into the hands of Malaya Castro. Malaya will take it off the steal, coast to coast, and rattles it home. Forces the turnover and gets the bucket. Malaya Castro with 15, and Lovington back up 32-30. Toss it over to Hatch in the deep right corner. Now they'll come out to Royo. Long 2 ball on the way, and it is up, and it is good from 18. 6 points in the ball game for Royo. Ties it back up. Back and forth we go. 32 all. To Aranda. Tries it on the right base. Is going to be pushed out by Pirtle. Now picks up her dribble. Trying to get it in to Salcido, and a whistle sounds. She and Hatch were fighting underneath, and they're going to get Hatch for the foul. It's her first personal, 3rd team foul on the Lady Rockets. As now Hatch going to check out. And also checking out is Buck. Checking in will be Chavita and Luck. As Malaya gets it in to Salcido. Work it around to Myra, then to Buendia. Toss it over Malaya, left corner. She'll bring it out. Myra push it in to Salcido. They'll work it around the near side. With Malaya gets the screen from Buendia. No look pass to Myra. Thinks about the long 3, and she'll dribble in. Then from the right elbow and up, and nothing but net from Erlyn Salcido. Those underrated parts of Erlyn's game. She's got a pretty good mid-range jumper out there. Doesn't use it a lot, but it is in her bag of tricks. 34-32. Lovington back in the lead. 2:50 to go. To Luck in the low block, and she'll put it up, and she's fouled on Lovington, and they'll get the elbow on Salcido. Her 3rd personal. 2nd team foul on Lovington. But puts Addison Luck at the line to shoot 2. So Luck heads to the line where she is 1 of 2. And a timeout going to be taken on the court. It is a full timeout, so with 2:45 remaining in the third, it's Lovington 34, Goddard 32. We'll be back as Wildcat basketball continues from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. Back here at Art Carger Court at Wildcat Gym on TJ Miracle out of the Goddard timeout. It is Lovington in the lead, 34-32. Addison Luck is at the free throw line to shoot 2 after she drew the foul off of Erlyn Salcido. So Luck heads to the line where she is 1 of 2 from the stripe, has 3 points in the ball game to go along with 5 rebounds. So Luck will put up the first, pushes up too hard off the back of the rim, and no good. So the score remains 34-32 Lovington. So Luck missing the first, will eye the second, puts it up, and she gets that one. She's 50-50 from the line tonight. 34-33, Lovington in the lead. Buendia to the front court. She picks up Royo, playing tight defense. Hand it off to Myra. Throw it into Salcido, who almost loses the basketball. Will save it back out to Myra. Get it to Malaya in the far corner. Malaya takes it in, tosses out to Buendia. Thinks about the three. Now she'll take it into the low block. Little underhand scoop is pushed and out of bounds, and no rebound. Last touched by the Lady Rockets. So stays Lady Cat basketball. Trying to draw the foul instead of looking for the good shot there. Liz will inbound it, left of her own bucket on the baseline, gets it into Aranda in the left block. She'll do the little push. It's up, no good. And the rebound going to be brought down by Pirtle. Go back down, come the Lady Rockets, and that shot is up by Royo, and it is good. And she'll give Goddard back the lead, 35-34. 2 minutes exactly remaining. Buendia drives into the left lane. The little underhand scoop, no good, and Luck is there with her 6th rebound. Push it over. Royo brings it across the timeline, but uses up the dribble. Almost picked up the pivot foot. Manages to save it. So Cannon will reset. Gets a little screen from Luck. Ooh, almost a moving screen there. Now handed off to Royo. To Chavita, a long two-pointer from the top of the key. Luck is there with the rebound, and her putback will go. 6 points now for Addison Luck, and it's a 3-point game again in favor of the Lady Rockets. Lovington again has gone a little bit cold in the offensive category. Push it to Salcido. Her 17-footer is up. Going to be short and will go out of bounds as Luck tells Pirtle, nope, stay away from it. Just let it go, and it'll be Goddard basketball. So Pirtle check back in with 1:17 to go here in the third quarter. A 3-point Goddard lead in Lady Rocket basketball. So it'll be Cannon who will control it off the inbound. And will bring it right up center court. So she'll set up, push it near side to Chavir in front of the bench. Then to the left elbow with Buck, and Malaya just going to take it away from her. She'll get it to Buendia. Liz brings it down. Cannon, good defense, gets there quickly. Now out to Myra, top of the arc, and bang! Myra Castro, her first bucket of the ball game, and it's a 3-ball that ties it up at 37 apiece. 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. To Chavira, near side. They'll get it into Buck, almost loses it. Aranda gets to her quickly, around to Chavira, over to Cannon. Cannon, WNBA 3, that one is off the glass. And the long rebound going to be brought in by Chavira. She'll push in and put up a shot, no good, and saving it out, and good hustle by Buck to save it for Goddard. Let the ball go out of bounds as Lovington putting on the pressure and out of the hands of Royo. So back to Lovington with 23 seconds remaining here in the third. So Buendia will take it into the Lovington offensive zone. Lovington has had the ball at the end of a quarter, but in a situation like this, so they will throw the fastball in, almost knocked away, and it will be knocked away, and it'll be a steal for Goddard. And a foul going to be called on Aubrey Aranda. Just the push foul. I think a little bit of frustration on Aubrey. Her second personal, third team foul on Lovington. So 2 seconds remaining here in the third. Goddard will inbound it to Cannon, and she'll dribble around and at the buzzer put up a wild one that'll come up short. So we have played 3 here at Art Carter Court at Wildcat Gym, and we are tied at 37 apiece. We'll be back for the fourth. This is Lady Cat Basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats! And back here at Wildcat Gym for the start of the fourth quarter, all tied at 37 apiece, as the Lady Cats and the Lady Rockets each looking to take control of second place here in the district, with one game remaining in the district regular season after tonight before the district tournament starts. Of course, whichever team wins tonight will have the inside track for sure on a home game in the district tournament next week, whether it's the 3-4 or the 2 in the winner of 3-4. So Lovington basketball as we start this fourth quarter. Buendia to the front court. Starters on the floor for the Lady Cats. Buendia to Barunda, who works against Buck. Takes it to the left block, uses up the dribble, pushes out to Myra, then comes near side to Malaya. Malaya drives in, loses the basketball, and is going to get tied up. Or, nope, they're going to call the travel. That'll be the 12th turnover for Lovington. Lovington is winning that battle. They've turned it over 12 times. Goddard turning it over 14 through the first 3 quarters. So Cannon will get the inbound from Royo, and she'll start the offense for the Lady Rockets. Come near side to Chavita, to Buck, left corner, 3-ball on the way. That one is going to be short and into the hands of Myra, and then she's going to be immediately fouled. And they're going to call the push foul on, going to whistle that one on Cannon. That'll be her first personal, 4th team foul on Goddard. Both teams have played very clean tonight. Neither team has gotten in the bonus. First half or yet. Still a long way to go in the fourth, though. Still a couple to give for Lovington and 1 to give for Goddard. So move it inside to Barundas. Barunda goes around Luck, and the little underhand scoop is up and in for Ashland. She's got 10 in the ball game, and Lovington now up 39-37. So back down come the Lady Rockets with Cannon. It's the screen from Luck, but she'll give it to Royo instead. Picks up the dribble, now to Chavita. Castro on her. Chavita takes it, puts up a little leaner from about 12, and will get it to fall. Eden Chavira with 11 points leads the way for the Lady Rockets. 6:40 remaining in the ballgame. Buendia to the front, into the offensive zone. Almost loses it. Under pressure from 2 Lady Rockets. That was Cannon and Chavita. Toss it into the right corner. Aranda thinks about the 3. She'll take it to the right baseline and then travel. A little bumping underneath and no call. And Aubrey picked up the dribble and picked up the pivot foot as Hatch will check back in for Goddard. She'll come in for Buck. So you've got Hatch, Cannon, Royo, Chavita, and Luck on the floor for the Lady Rockets as Chris Royball directs traffic from the bench. So Cannon will bring it across the timeline. And nope, they're going to call an offensive foul on Goddard as they will call the charge on Hatch. That'll be her second personal. And that'll be the 6th team foul on Goddard, so the next one will put Lovington in the bonus. All tied at 39 apiece, 6:18 remaining here in regulation. To the front court come the Lovington Lady Cats. With Buendia, works against Royo, gets a screen from Castro. Cannon will just pick her up around the screen. Give it back to Myra. Myra picks up the dribble, tosses out to Aranda. Goddard is picking up the pressure. Aubrey brings it in, slips down. Ball knocked out of bounds by Cannon. She comes up between the arms of Myra and knocks it away from Castro and out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. Why Buendia ties her shoe. All right, we're back at it. So it'll be Castro to inbound it from right of the Lovington bench. Bounces into Aubrey. Aranda to Liz. In the left elbow. Now bounce it back over to Barunda. Barunda working against Luck. Throws it underneath to Malaya, who goes up against Chavita and is fouled, and she'll head to the line for 2. They aren't going to whistle that one on Chavita. Her 4th personal. That'll be the 7th team foul, and so Lovington will be in the bonus for the remaining 5:50 of this ball game. Lovington is only 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Oh, and they are going to tee up the Goddard bench, I think. Or was that just a warning? So, yep, they have teed up the Goddard bench. Oh, Coach Roybal said something that the official on the near side didn't like, so they are going to shoot the technicals first, and then Malaya will shoot her free throws. So Malaya going to shoot her 2 free throws, and then Lovington will get the 2 more free throws. So we're going to have 4 free throws. As the bench teed up, Coach Roybal for the Lady Rockets. I'm going to think Malaya probably going to take all 4 of them. And the first one up, and Malaya uncharacteristically having trouble from the line tonight. She is just 1 of 5 from the free throw line. So she'll reach down and touch the toes. Remember when I could do that. Second one is up, and Malaya gets that one to go. And that'll put Lovington up 40-39. And nope, Malaya got her 2 out of the way, and Chief Bridgeforth going to put Elizabeth Buendia at the line to shoot the Tex. Buendia with 4 points in the ball game. First one up for Liz, and pushes that one home and makes it 41-39. Of course, out of the technicals, it will be Lovington basketball at half court. Second on the way, and Liz gets them both to fall. And now 42-39, a 3-point Lovington lead with 5:50 remaining in the ball game, and it will be Lovington basketball as Luck will check out. Hatch will check back in, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Roybal. 5:50 remaining in the ball game. It's Lovington 42, Goddard 39. We'll be back as Wildcat basketball continues here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and KSVPTV.com.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat and Goddard Lady Rocket basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and tonight too on KSVPTV.com. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo for this one, 42-39. It'll be Lovington basketball out of the Goddard timeout. During that timeout, Coach Roybal was given 2 of the 3 officials a rather large, not the official who teed him up. So it's Lovington basketball out of the timeout and out of the technicals. Barunda takes it to the left block. A little spin move goes in. It is off the mark, and it'll be Cannon with her 6th rebound of the ball game. Erica will bring it back down. She'll toss it over to Chavita. She'll bounce it around. Turnaround jumper from 7. Won't fall, but it'll be Pirtle with her 5th rebound. So now Goddard will reset with 5:20 to go here in the ball game and a 3-point Lovington lead. Royo pushing over to Chavira. Out to the free throw line with Cannon. She takes it to the left block, and Myra just going to take it away from her 16th turnover for the Lady Rockets. Back down and slowing things up will be the Lady Cats. Buendia comes near side and then will reverse field and hand it off to Malaya in front of the Lovington student section as we click under 5 remaining in the ball game. Little pressure on Malaya to Myra. Get it to Barunda and travels before she can get the 3 ball off. It didn't fall anyway. That'll be the 14th turnover for Lovington. So give it back to Goddard. Couldn't take advantage of the extra possession. So Goddard gets the basketball back. And Royo inbounds as Cannon will bring it across the timeline with 4:45 to go here in the ball game. At least in regulation. Something tells me we may get a little extra time out of this one. So Royo with it as Malaya on her. Tosses over to Hatch. Hatch thinks about the long 3 now. She'll drive it in, and she'll travel, and it'll send it back the other way. 17th turnover for Goddard. So give it back to Lovington with 4.5 to go. I think Lovington has got to try and score on this possession if they can. Goddard going to pick them up in tight defense as soon as they get across the timeline. Buendia will cross it over. Give it off to Aranda. Aranda picks up her dribble, needs some help. Buendia going to have to come back, and it is loose on the court, and Hatch will get it and then bump into Aranda, but I think they're going to get Aubrey for the foul. Let's see. Yep, I think they're going to whistle. Yep, they are. Aranda, her 3rd personal. 4th team foul on Lovington. And it'll be a turnover for the Lady Cats, their 15th. 42-39 the score. Lovington in the lead here in the 4th quarter. We click towards the halfway mark of it. So Royo going to get it right back off of the inbound. To Hatch, back to Royo. Malaya comes over. They'll give it to Hatch, to Cannon, or pardon me, that's Chavira who drives through. Underneath with the rebound is Pirtle, and she's fouled. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Goddard has had a much better time of it tonight from the free throw line than Lovington. They're going to whistle that one on Myra, her 1st personal, 5th team foul on Lovington. So Pirtle heads to the line to shoot 2. She's 1 of 2 from the line. 60% from the stripe are the Lady Rockets, and Pirtle misses the 1st. So the score remains 42-39, a bit of a scoring drought for both squads through the first portion of this 4th quarter. Second on the way for Pirtle, and that one no good, and the rebound by Aranda, Aubrey's 3rd. Full court pressure is on. They'll get it to Buendia. Royo pokes it away. Liz will keep it. Finally, he'll get it across the timeline under intense pressure from Royo. Goes behind the back, looking for a little room. Will take it into the left lane, breaks through into open space, and will put it home. Buendia with 8 points in the ball game, makes it 44-39, a 5-point Lovington lead, their biggest of the ball game, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Roybal with 3:39 remaining. It will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here and say a big thank you to our friends at the First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. I'm TJ Miracle from here at Art Carter Court at Wildcat Gym. Don't forget, coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we'll have the Lovington boys and the Goddard boys for you. Final home game of the district regular season for the Lovington boys tonight. So a little double-header basketball for you tonight here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and tonight also on KSVPTV.com. Wherever you are watching tonight, around the world, around southeast New Mexico, we appreciate you being along for the ride. So it'll be Goddard basketball out of the timeout with 3:39 remaining in this one. 44-39, Lovington in the lead, but this has been a back-and-forth affair all night long. If you're Lovington, you don't want to go to sleep offensively here. If you're Goddard, you want to do what you've done. From the elbow, Royo, 15-footer no good, but there with the rebound is going to be Buck. Her putback won't fall. Ball is loose, and it'll wind up in the hands of Buendia. Elizabeth will bring it up under pressure from Royo and Cannon. She'll keep it herself. She'll split through and find space once again after she gets past the second level, and 10 in the books for Buendia. 46-39. Cannon down to Hatch. Hatch tosses over to Royo. The Castro sisters get to her quickly, then throw it high into Cannon, but stolen away by Aranda. Aubrey brings it into the front court after forcing the turnover and will give it off to Buendia. 2:50 to go in the ball game. Buendia works against Royo. Buendia, who almost a palm ball, takes it under, goes hard to the rack, and is going to be fouled, as they are going to get the push off on Royo, her first personal, 9th team foul. And so Buendia heads to the line to shoot 2. Buendia with 10 in the ball game. All of them coming here in the second half. First one for Liz is up, and it is good. 47-39. Lovington stretches out to an 8-point lead. And Buendia trying to make it a 9-pointer. Full 3-possession ball game, and can't do it as that one is going to be off the mark. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Goddard. That was another one for Pirtle. Pirtle, her 7th. 3 ball on the way, and that one off the mark. Wild rebound, finally going to be controlled by Royo. 3 on the way for Cannon. They left her open, and she made him pay. And now it's 47-42. Again, you can't go to sleep here. Barunda takes it through traffic and gets it swatted away, and Cannon will somehow corral it up. They'll push it over, get it to Hatch. She's just going to pull the 12-foot jumper, and it's off the glass and out of bounds. Last touch by Barunda. I think this is where maybe Chief Bridgeforth needs to take a timeout and settle his team down. He'll send Erlen Salcido in for Ashlyn Barunda with 2:03 to go. As you feel momentum coming a little bit into the Lady Rockets court, and that one going to be swatted away on the inbound and stolen away. That is Malaya Castro. She'll take it coast to coast as bump underneath. It'll be Salcido with the rebound out of the turnover. Get it underneath, and Erlen works her way through traffic and will bank it home. 49-42, Lady Cats. 1:45 remaining in the ball game. Cannon from the free throw line, 15-footer, and that one is going to be off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds, and last touched by Lovington. Salcido and Myra both under there fighting with Buck for it. Pirtle checks out, and looks like she's not feeling too good. Like on an elbow or something under there. As Luck will check in for her as they'll push it into the top of the arc. Cannon dribbles around, 3 ball on the way. That one is off the mark. Ball is fighting for it, and Myra Castro comes away with her 3rd. She'll give it off to Buendia with 90 seconds remaining in the ball game. And a timeout and a technical foul going to be called on the Goddard bench as one of the assistants is going to be teed up. He said something about a foul away from the basketball, and so another technical foul called on the bench for Roswell Goddard. And so 2 technicals called on the bench, one on Coach Roybal, one on the assistant. And Buendia heads to the line for the technical free throws. 49-42, a 7-point lead. And another tech in this one on the Goddard bench, the 2nd. I'm calling games for a long time, and I don't remember the last time I saw 2 on the bench. First one is up, and Buendia has missed her last 2. So it stays 49-42. Liz can get this one. It'll be back to a 3-possession ball game. It's technically 3 now, but second one is up and gets that one to roll as Buendia takes a deep breath and like, whew, okay, 50-42, and timeout going to be taken by Chief Bridgeforth. 1:26 remaining in the ball game. Lovington 50, Goddard 42. We'll be back as the Wildcats and the Rockets continue from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell. president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Out of the Lady Cats timeout, it'll be Lovington basketball after the technical free throws, as the Goddard bench has been teed up twice. Once Coach Roybal, once one of the assistants. And that's really kind of been what has helped turn the tide in the favor of the Lady Wildcats. So you've got Castro, Salcido, Aranda, Buendia, and Castro on the floor for the Lady Cats. It'll come into Buendia from Myra. Pressure is on. Cannon picks her up, and they'll get it to Malaya in the front court as we click to 1:20 to go. To Myra, back out to Buendia near center court. Lovington just going to try and take the air out of the basketball, play keep away at this point. At some point, Goddard has got to start fouling as they'll go hard to the floor, and they will call a jump ball. It'll stay Lovington basketball as Cannon comes over and ties up the ball on the far side. So jump ball as Salcido checks out, Barunda checks back in. So Malaya will inbound it from in front of the student section, gets it in to Liz. Ooh, that was very close to a backcourt violation, and yeah, they wanted it. The Goddard faithful in attendance not going to get it. They'll toss it to Myra, throw the fastball underneath to Barunda, who throws a wild one out, but Buendia is there. She'll split through, give it underneath to Ashlyn, and she'll put it up off the glass and good, and that may spell the end for the Lady Rockets. A 10-point Lovington lead on Barunda's 12th point of the ball game. 3 on the way for Royo. That one is going to be off the mark. Hatch will have her 7th rebound. She'll turn around, put one up. She's fouled, and she'll head to the line for 2. So they're going to whistle it on, and it'll be a hold on Barunda, her 4th personal. 6-team foul on Lovington. 35 seconds remaining in the ball game. So Hatch at the line, 7 rebounds on the night, but is yet to get in the scorebook. She puts up her first, and she will get in the scorebook now. 52-43, Lovington up by 9. 35 seconds to go. Chief Bridgeforth Lady Cats, barring a basketball miracle, will get back to 500 on the season, but more important, we'll get to 2-3 in district with 1 left, as that one is going to be in and out, no good, and Aranda with the rebound. As Buendia to the front court, Liz takes it, goes against Luck, puts up a little left-hander, and somehow gets it to go. That kid heats up. She is awful hard to stop. 54-43, 11-point ball game to Royo with 17 seconds to go. Her little push from 12 is up and good. Royo having a good night, too. She's got 10 in the ball game. 54-45, a steal on the inbound, but it'll go out of bounds, and so stays Lovington basketball. 6 seconds to go. Lovington will improve to 12-12 on the year, but more importantly, 2-3 in district. So they will have the inside track on second place in the district, as Buendia just going to set the ball down, and that'll do it. Our final here tonight, Lovington 54. The Lady Rockets of Roswell Goddard 45. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap this one up and get you ready for the boys game. This is Lovington Lady Cat and Goddard Lady Rocket basketball.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to an abbreviated version of your Now Pharmacy postgame show from Now Pharmacy right here in Lovington. Over 75 years, your local hometown pharmacy, proud supporters of the Lovington Lady Cats and Wildcats. Lovington victorious tonight, 54-45 for the Lady Rockets. Their leading scorer tonight was Eden Chavita. She had 11, also with double digits. Sarah Arroyo with 10 in the ball game. For Lovington, they were led by Malaya Castro with 16, just behind Herb Buendia with 14 and Ashlyn Barunda with 12. Lovington improves to 12-12 on the season, but more importantly, 2-3 in district. The Lady Rockets of Goddard will go to 14-11 and 1-4 in district. Something tells me these two teams may be meeting again next week. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes or so for the Lovington boys and the Goddard boys ball game here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and tonight on KSVP2. For the entire staff, I'm TJ Miracle. We'll return with the Stone Oilfield Services boys pregame show coming up as Wildcat and Rocket basketball continues. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Art Carger Court at Wildcat Gym. Lovington Wildcat Basketball is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by the First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Stone Oilfield Services. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and also tonight on KSVPTV.com. If you're just now joining us, just now tuning in, the Lovington Lady Cats got the big district win in Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight over the Lady Rockets, 54-45. So that puts them in solid position for second place going into the final game of the district regular season. And it's the same situation tonight for the Lovington boys and the Goddard boys. Each team comes in at 1-3. Of them is on the bubble when you start talking about the playoffs. Lovington at number 18 and the Rockets at number 16. Of course, these two teams met, about a week ago there at Goddard, and it was Goddard getting the 10-point win, 51-41 in that ball game. In the game, it was Rhett Price and Jarek Mendoza who did most of the damage. They each had 16 in that ball game, and a fairly close game for much of it, but Goddard stretching it out at the very end of that ball game. Two Lovington Wildcats in double figures in that game, with Julian Arroyo leading the way with 16. Zadrick Betancourt had 10 in the ball game for the Wildcats. So up to the Cats tonight to get the big victory and try and get themselves into that all-important second position and to try and get the home game for the district tournament, which, of course, will start next week. As we continue our Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services right here in Lovington. For all of your oil field service needs, there's no better folks to know than the good folks over at Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. So as we continue the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, we will take a quick timeout, come back and continue, get you your starting lineups. This is Wildcat Basketball. It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on our also tonight with our friends at KSVPTV.com. I'm TJ Miracle, and got a little help on the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my anonymous camera person. I will not throw you under the bus, Art. So Great to have everybody here, of course, and great to have you here as we get ready for the start of this one. Your starting five tonight for Wade Scott's Roswell Goddard Rockets. It'll be number 2, Mitchell Schooley, number 12, Jarek Mendoza, number 22, David Cervantes, number 23, Rhett Price, and number 32, Dominic Ramirez. For your Lovington Wildcats tonight, starting five will be number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 4, Wyatt Gomez, number 5, Zadrick Betancourt, number 11, DeMarcus Thompson, and number 12, Micah Pondo. So the Cats and the Rockets going to be very important tonight for whichever team gets the win. They both come in at 1-3 in district. Matter of fact, everybody but the Artesia Bulldogs are 1-3 in district. So the team that wins tonight will be in second place, and that gives them the inside track, especially if you're the Lovington Wildcats, for the final game to secure not only a home game but that second seed in the all-important district tournament. We've talked about it really for the last couple of weeks. When you look at the way the 4A brackets could be shaping up and shaking out, I do not think that all 4 teams out of this district are going to be chosen into the playoffs. And so if you get the second seed, they can't take anybody under you without taking you too. So important to go in as that all-important second seed. So as they prepare for the national anthem and the introduction of the teams, we will take a timeout, come back and tip this one off. This has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. It's the Wildcats and the Rockets next from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on groceries. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the tip-off of game number 5 in the district season between the 12-10 overall Lovington Wildcats, 1-3 in district, and the 11-13, 1-3 in district Rockets. For the visiting Goddard Rockets under first-year head coach Wade Scott. Yes, the same Wade Scott that was the head coach of the Lovington Lady Cats the last 3 seasons. His starting 5 tonight will be Mitchell Schooley, Jarek Mendoza, David Cervantes, Rhett Price, and Dominic Ramirez. On the other side of the court for Coach Casey Pack's Wildcats, it'll be Julian Arroyo, Wyatt Gomez, Zadrick Betancourt, DeMarcus Thompson, and Micah Pondo. For the visiting Rockets, they are in the the Road Navy uniforms with the white letters and numbers and the Columbia blue trim. For the Wildcats, in the home whites with the royal blue letters and numbers and cats in script on the chest. So ready for this one. It is must win for both of these teams, especially in the district race and the playoff race as well. So the teams, of course, finishing out their introductions onto the court and just looking forward to the start of this one. Of course, New Hallmark Broadcasting, One Radio Square Sports, proud to be your official home for all of your Lee County basketball action on HobbsAmerica.com and the individual schools' YouTube channels. And we're also proud tonight to bring you coverage on KSVPTV.com. Thanks to all of our great sponsors for the Lovington Wildcats. And I know I speak for Gene Dow over at KSVP when he says thanks to all of his Goddard Rocket and Lady Rocket sponsors. So it'll be Thompson. He will take the jump against Rhett Price. If they can slow Price and Mendoza down, it should be a good night for the Wildcats. Now, even though Thompson gives up about 5 inches to Price, he can jump out of the gym when he puts his mind to it. So here we go, and the opening tip will be controlled by the Wildcats as Pondo will get it and hand it off to Julian. Julian will bring it into the front court and sets up the offense. They'll get it to Thompson, top of the arc, come near side to Pondo. Back to Arroyo, NBA 3, top of the arc, and that one is going to be off the mark, but it'll be Gomez going through and getting the rebound, but it'll be swatted away by Mendoza and Cervantes out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Got to take care of that ball. So Betancourt to inbound it from the far left base. Bounces underneath to Arroyo. A little head fake, and the little baby hook is up. No good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Price, his first. Gonna have to work on him on the glass underneath. Schooley will run the offense as he comes across the big cat. 7.5 to go here in the first. Just underway. Price uses up the dribble to Mendoza in front of the Stray Cats. That's the pep band on the far side. Pondo will come out against Mendoza. He looks for a little running room. Comes around, picks up the dribble from the right elbow. 15-footer is up, and Mendoza will draw first blood for the Goddard Rockets. An early 2-0 lead as Arroyo to the front court to Betancourt in front of the student section. Gets a screen from Gomez, now to Thompson. Around to Arroyo. He'll pull up from the left elbow. His shot up no good, and Price comes through for the rebound, and ripping it away is Wyatt Gomez, but it's a tie ball. And it'll go over, well, it'll stay in the hands of the Goddard Rockets. Wyatt didn't get it torn out of there quite fast enough to prevent the jump ball, but it'll change the possession arrow. Though bringing it over will be Mitchell Schooley as Lovington going to drop back in defense. Arroyo picks him up. They'll hand it off to Ramirez. Ramirez to Cervantes. Back to Schooley. He'll go between the rings and direct traffic. Bounce to Price on the wing. Then back to Mendoza. Mendoza pushes it to Cervantes in the corner. He goes in on the left base, puts up a little push. No good, and off of the tip, it'll be into the hands of DeMarcus Thompson. Thompson to Arroyo. Has a little stutter step before he gets it across the timeline to Betancourt. As they'll push it around, get it to Arroyo. Cervantes picks him up. To Pondo. Jump stop, and to Thompson. They'll just work it around. Looking to get a little internal movement going. Screen from Gomez to Arroyo from the right elbow this time. Shot won't fall, and Schooley with the rebound. Lovington has come out stone cold. 2 minutes gone in this one. Schooley will swing it, and just, I think he thought that maybe Price was going to go to the wing, but instead went to the deep corner and out of bounds. First turnover for the Rockets, and give it to Lovington. 2 minutes gone in this one, and it's a 2-0 ball game. As into the front court comes Arroyo, leaves it off for Zadrick. Out of the top of the arc to Wyatt. Get it into Thompson. He works against Cervantes. He'll go to the left block, put up the left-hand shot. It's off the iron, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. As Cervantes questioning the foul. I wouldn't do that with that ref. He called 2 earlier in the game. 2 technicals, I should say. It's his first personal, first team foul. And at the line will be DeMarcus Thompson. So Thompson to the line, puts up the first, and not the prettiest shot ever, but it'll break the ice, and Lovington on the board, trailing 2-1. So Thompson gets the first, now he'll eye the second. DeMarcus puts it up, and that one is going to be short, as he'll wind up, though, with his own rebound, his second. So Lovington will reset the offense. Out to Arroyo. Julian to Betancourt. He takes it from the right to the left. Hands it off to Arroyo in the left wing. Schooley right there on him, though. Push it back out to Gomez. 5.5 remaining here in the first period. Pondo uses up the dribble as they move it around. Working it through to Gomez to Arroyo, NBA 3 right wing. That one off the mark, and a foul going to be called on Thompson as he goes over the back fighting for the rebound. His first personal, first team foul on the Cats. So 2-1 as both teams still trying to find any kind of offensive rhythm here in the early going as Schooley brings it across the timeline and will give it to Cervantes. Give it to Ramirez now and then hand it to Schooley. Little bump screen as Schooley swishes through traffic and will get the layup and makes it a 4-1 Goddard lead. Arroyo back down, slices through traffic, puts it up, and count the bucket and the foul. Julian Arroyo just takes it hard to the rack. And they're going to call that one on Schooley, his first personal. Second team foul on the Rockets, and so it puts Julian Arroyo at the line for the and one, trying to tie this one up. Julian takes the deep breath. The and one is up, and it is good, and we are tied at 4 apiece. 4:56 to go in the first, and whistles sound. Oh, we've got some players checking in as Pondo checks out. On Dallas Cardenas will check in. Still the starting 5 on the floor for Coach Wade Scott's Rockets squad. So Cervantes will inbound it. And Schooley will take it into the front court. Hand it off to Ramirez, now to Cervantes, who fumbles the ball. No cat on him. To Schooley, who quickly uses up the dribble. We got a fight going on away from the basketball. Price controls to Mendoza. Pushes in, and we'll have a foul called away from the ball. I think they're going to get Cardenas on a reach against Mendoza. Actually, they're going to get Betancourt, his first personal on the hold. Second team foul is on the floor. We're all tied up at 4 apiece. From the far sideline in the front court, it'll be Cervantes pushing it in to Price. He's going to back down on Gomez, puts up the floater. No good, and it'll be Betancourt with the rebound, his first. To Arroyo, who brings it into the front court. Lovington going to set the O with 4:20 to go. Another NBA 3 from the right wing, and bang! The 3-ball in for Julian Arroyo, and Lovington takes the 7-4 lead. Clicking down towards the halfway portion of this first quarter. Lovington in the lead, but just a 3-pointer. Schooley is Cardenas going to pick him up back near the timeline. Push it over, and Betancourt going to steal it away and comes over, hands it off, underhand to Arroyo, and Julian takes it up and in with the left hand. And that'll make it 9-4 in favor of the Wildcats. 3:49 to go here in the first, and Coach Scott says, all right, let's talk about it. So we'll keep it right here since it is just a 30-second timeout, and say a big thank you to everybody watching tonight on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remind you, please subscribe to that channel if you have not yet. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to pull a $100 bill out of my pocket, not coming from the station, not coming from the sponsors, coming from me personally, just as a thank you for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. We're also tonight on HobbsAmerica.com on the Lovington Sports tab, also right there on the front page, and tonight on KSVPTV.com as well. So wherever you happen to be watching, whichever team you happen to be pulling for, we appreciate you being with us. Jared Salas will check in out of the timeout for the Goddard Rockets as Lovington will lead this one 9-4. So Schooley to the front court. Cardenas picks him up. They'll give it to Price in front of the Lovington bench, who gives it right back to Price. Bounce it inside off of the legs of a Wildcat. That was Marquez who just checked in. They'll toss it out. Salas a long 2-pointer, and that one not going to fall. Price comes through everybody, gets his third rebound of the ball game, and Goddard will reset. Back to Schooley at the timeline. 3:22 remaining in the first. 9-4, a 5-point Lovington lead. To Mendoza, back to Schooley on the far side. He'll bring it near side. Get a screen from Price. Bounce it into Price in the low post. Little turnaround jumper from 5, and Price will get it to rattle home. So breaks a pretty good scoring drought there for the Rockets. And Lovington up by 3, 9-6. Zadrick gets a screen from Gomez, then to Arroyo. Left wing for 3. That one off the mark, and nobody underneath except for Price, who just has to reach up and rip that one out of the sky. So Goddard will bring it back down with 2:45 remaining here in the first. Price fakes the handoff and he'll keep it himself. Now he will give it to Mendoza. NBA 3, top of the arc. That one is going to be off the mark. Goes out of bounds as Price goes over the back of Cardenas. No call on that, but he touches it last. So it'll be Lovington basketball. Zeke Guzman will check into the ball game. Also into the ball game is Hector Bonilla, and he'll run the point. Bonilla from Marquez on the inbound. To the front court, Betancourt to Marquez. Hand it off to Bonilla. Bonilla swings it out to Guzman. They'll give it around to Cardenas. And they're going to have a charge called on Dallas. He is a little bit prone to pick those up. That'll be his first personal, third team foul. First turnover for the Wildcats. So back down will come the Rockets from the backcourt. Cervantes to inbound it. Cervantes, Schooley, Ramirez, Salas, and Price on the court for the Rockets. Schooley with it, gets a screen from Price. Zeke will move him out to Salas, over to Ramirez, right wing for three. That one off the mark, and Bonilla with the rebound. Smallest kid on the court has his first board of the ball game. Cleaning the glass for the Wildcats. To Betancourt, who drives through, goes into the left lane. The underhand scoop, no good. And the rebound going to be brought down by Cervantes. Cervantes gets it forward to Ramirez, who almost travels it, but he manages to save it. Now Cervantes controls. Uses up the dribble, gives it to Salas. Back to Cervantes. He picks up the dribble, and now to Schooley in the left wing. He'll pull the three-point trigger. That one is going to be short, and it'll go into the hands of Salas. He'll move it in underneath, and it'll be stolen away. Bad pass. Marquez gives it to Bonilla. On the move. Three ball on the way, and that one well short, and Schooley will come away with it. And I think a bit of a frustration foul there. It's coming over the back is Bonilla. His first personal. That'll be the fourth team foul on the Cats. 1:22 remaining in the first as Mendoza will check back into the ball game for Goddard. And actually, Mendoza checks out. See who checked in his place. No, Schooley's checking out. So I'm confused, but if you ask anybody here in Lee County, I kind of stay that way. So Cervantes into the front court. This is Diego Garcia checking in for the Wildcats. Cervantes working against Garcia, bounces it inside, and it'll go out of bounds as Cervantes fumbles the ball. Fourth turnover for the Rockets. The Cats have got to find a way to capitalize. They have forced 4 turnovers as Pondo will check back in for Addison Marquez. 1:08 remaining here in the first half, or rather in the first quarter. So the inbound will come to Julian Arroyo, just checked back into the ball game. Julian will cross the timeline, leave it off for Bonilla. As Hector gives it to Diego Garcia, NBA 3, top of the arc. That one is off the mark, and a long rebound for Price, making it easy for him. That's his 5th board of the ball game, and he's going to pick up the foul by Hector Bonilla. That'll be his second personal. Thank you very much, Art. Art Castro helping me on the camera tonight, but he's got a commitment he has to take care of as the Lovington Wildcats will be honoring a very special member of the staff here between the first and second quarters. 9-6 is the score. Lovington in the lead with 52 seconds remaining in the first. Cervantes inbounds it from in front of his own bench. And Schooley will direct traffic as he crosses the timeline. Bringing it into the front court. Cardenas on him. He'll take it to the free throw line. Toss it to Cervantes. Deep right corner. 3 ball on the way. That one is off the mark. Schooley with the rebound. His putback no good, and he is going to be fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2. Couple of Cats underneath. We'll see who they're going to get it on. They're going to call the push foul on Guzman. That'll be Ezekiel's first personal. 5th team foul on the Cats. Actually, they put that up on Cardenas. That'll be his second personal. So Schooley at the line to shoot 2, puts up the first, and it is good. So 9-7, Lovington up by 2. 37 seconds remaining in the first. Schooley got the first, he gets the second, and that'll make it 9-8. Checking back into the ball game will be DeMarcus Thompson. He'll come in for Zadrick Betancourt. So Thompson, Arroyo, Pondo, Guzman, and Cardenas on the floor for the Wildcats. Into the front court comes Arroyo. Julian with it. Schooley picks him up. He'll throw the fastball in and off the hands of Guzman. Too hot to handle. Second turnover for the Wildcats. And they're actually going to say a tip on Goddard. Nope, they're going to say the tip on Lovington. Yeah, it will be Goddard basketball. 27 seconds to go, 9-7. Lovington in the lead. Both teams kind of trying to feel each other out here as to the front court. Schooley will come with 20 seconds remaining. It's a screen from a player who just checked in, and Schooley takes it hard to the rack. No good, and the rebound going to wind up in the hands of Cervantes, and he'll drive in hard, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line for two as Gomez is going to come back into the ball game. They're going to whistle this one up on. They're going to call the hack foul on Cardenas, looks like. Nope, they're going to get Zeke for that one. That'll be his second personal. Will be the 16th foul on Lovington. Actually, their seventh. I missed one in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. As Cervantes gets his first to go. Goddard, a perfect 3 of 3 from the line, and now it is 9-8 in favor of the Wildcats. I have that as 9, but I have it as 8 on the board. I'm going to go with that. Second one is up, and that is good for Cervantes. So ties it up at 9 apiece as down come the Wildcats and get it to Gomez, and it rolls around the rim and out. And Schooley will wind up with it for Goddard with 4 seconds to go. Schooley goes behind the back, drives in, pushes it up at the buzzer, and no good. We have played a quarter here at Wildcat Gym. It is the Goddard Rockets. Yeah, I thought that was 10. So the Goddard Rockets lead this one by a score of 10-9. We'll be back as Wildcat and Rocket basketball continues from New Walmart Broadcasting and One Radio Square Sports.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here at Wildcat Gym after 1, it is Goddard 10, Lovington 9. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us here tonight as the starting 5 goes back out onto the court for both squads. We are back underway as Arroyo will bring it into the front court. Lovington basketball to Betancourt. Zadrick pushes it in to Gomez in the elbow. Almost travels, keeps it. Now they'll work it around to Pondo. Micah pushes it out. It'll be to Arroyo. He'll move it around, works against Cervantes. Arroyo pulls up from the left elbow. That one is going to be short. Long rebound, and it'll go into the hands of Julian. Julian throws it back around. Wyatt winds up with it underneath to Pondo. In the left corner, Mendoza on him quickly to the left block, and it'll be Schooley with the rebound, his 5th. So Schooley will bring it back down the other way, crosses the timeline as he will move it around from the right to the left. Schooley gets a screen from Price, jump stop on the dribble to Ramirez, throws it to Price. He'll take it in the high post, push it back out. Ramirez from the left side, 3 ball on the way, no good, and it'll be Thompson with his 3rd board of the ball game. 10-9, Goddard in the lead, 1 minute gone here in the second. To Arroyo, and his 12-footer no good. Thompson with the rebound, his putback won't fall, and it'll wind up in the hands of who else but Price. That'll be his 7th rebound of the ball game, and we'll take an 85-foot trot down the court for free throws. Goddard already in the bonus. They're going to whistle that one on Pondo, his first personal, 8th team foul on Lovington. Lovington has to be a little careful with the fouls as the big boy Price will come down to shoot the free throws. He had 2 points in that first quarter, but he had 16 the last time these two teams met. You got to keep him slowed down. Puts up the front end of the 1-and-1. It's no good, and it'll be Thompson who clears the boards, his 5th board. Get it to Betancourt. Zadrick, little stop and go, puts it up, the little push, no good, and the rebound by Ramirez. Goddard basketball as Lovington has just not been able to buy a bucket for about the last 4.5 minutes. Get it to Mendoza, right corner. Waits for Betancourt to fly by. His 3-ball up and no good. It'll be Thompson with the rebound. Thompson, 6 boards in the ball game. Arroyo, NBA 3. That one is going to be short, and who else? It'll be Price with his 7th board. Got to wait for guys to get down there so you've got a chance at cleaning the glass. 2 minutes gone here in the second. 10-9, Goddard in the lead. To Schooley, 3-ball on the way and banks it off the glass and home. Schooley now with 7 points in the ball game, gives Goddard the 13-9 lead. Push it to Pondo, a little hesitation on his 3, and it is in and out. And Price with another rebound, his 8th. Live by the 3 and die by the 3. You're down by 4. You can't get it all back on one possession. Schooley to the front court, gets a pick from Price. Toss it into the corner. Cervantes, the little head fake, drives in on the right baseline, puts up the roller and the runner, and it'll be Gomez with the rebound. And it'll be Arroyo to control it. Still direct traffic, is waiting to check into the ball game. Valera. And Thompson to Pondo. Toss it back to Arroyo. Julian splits through traffic, puts it up, and count the bucket and the foul. Arroyo now with 10 in the ball game. They're going to call the hack, and they're going to whistle that one on Cervantes, his 2nd personal. Just the 3rd team foul on Goddard. And Herrera going to check in for Gomez. And at the line for the and one will be Julian Arroyo. Finally gets Lovington on the board as Cardenas will check in for Pondo. Of course, Lovington needing to win this game to split the season series with Goddard. Goddard will finish up against Artesia, and the and one is up, and Julian gets them both. So gets the Cats back to within 1, 13-12, 5:10 remaining in the first half. Cardenas going to pick up Schooley as he crosses the timeline to Ramirez. Ramirez works against Thompson. Then to Price. Coming out on him is Herrera. And Price going to pull the 3-point trigger and rattles it home. Wowzer. Don't think of the big boy being a shooter, but he can. Arroyo back the other way from the free throw line. Herrera with the rebound and the putback, but he's going to get whistled for the foul. So he pushes off. That'll be his first personal. 19th foul on Lovington. Was an offensive foul. Means he got the rebound before the foul. So no free throws, but now Goddard just 1 away from the double bonus. 4:48 remaining, a 4-point lead for Goddard first half. To Price. Herrera picks him up, and he'll just leave it for Schooley. Schooley takes it to the left block, picks up the dribble. Now to Salas, who checked back in. Schooley runs into a wall and gets it back to Price. To Mendoza. Works against Betancourt, and he traveled. Yep, he took an extra step or 4. And it'll be the 5th turnover for the Rockets. Lovington has not been able to capitalize on these turnovers very efficiently thus far here in the first half. 5 for the Rockets, 2 for the Cats. To Betancourt on the far side to Herrera, top of the arc, and a high pass, and Mendoza knocks it out. They were trying to get it in front of the Goddard bench over to Cardenas. Arroyo going to come over and inbound it from in front of the Goddard bench, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack, and it'll be a 30. So we'll just keep it right here. Of course, remind you, coming up here in just about 4 minutes and 19 seconds of clock time, we'll have your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Of course, we appreciate them and all of our great sponsors for Lovington Athletics here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. If you don't already know me, I'm TJ Miracle. Good evening. Flying solo tonight, Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight in Roswell at Roswell High with the Lady Eagles taking on the Lady Coyotes in 5A action tonight. Great friend of the station, and Dawn and myself, Art Castro, helping us out with the camera tonight. So it's Blame Art night. I'm kidding. Doing a great job, Art. Thanks. I appreciate you. So it'll be Betancourt off of the inbound. He'll toss it over to Thompson out of the timeout, and we are going to have a travel called as Thompson took an extra little slide before he started his run to the rim, and that'll be another turnover for the Cats, their 3rd. Lovington has just not really been able to get it in gear tonight. This is kind of a replay of what we saw over at Ground Zero last week. Schooley with it, bounces to Salas, who goes back door and gets it to Price, and his little baby push will be up and it'll be in. That'll make it 18-12. To Arroyo the other way, and he is going to get hammered by Schooley and Price. See who they got it, and they're going to whistle it on Price. His first personal, fourth team foul, and it puts Arroyo at the line to shoot 2. Arroyo has got 11 of the 12 in the book so far for Lovington. And the Goddard coach is arguing a little bit about that foul call. And Arroyo puts it up. Julian gets it to fall and cuts it down to a 5-point Goddard lead. I think maybe they're arguing not that it was a foul, but that it was on Schooley and not Price. Second one on the way for Julian, and he will get that one to go. And now 18-14 as Wyatt Gomez will come in for Val Herrera. So you've got Cardenas, Thompson, Arroyo, Betancourt, and Gomez on the floor for your Wildcats. Price, Schooley, Ramirez, Salas, and Mendoza on the floor for the Rockets. 3:48 remaining first half, 18-14, Goddard in the lead. Ooh, almost a travel for Mendoza. And he'll put it literally into the face of Schooley. Wearing glasses myself, that is almost a nightmare. Schooley will get it back off the handoff from Price. Pretty good football handoff there as Cardenas picks him up. Schooley goes in, pushes out Mendoza, thinks about the three. Betancourt gets there quickly. He'll go in and he'll put up a shot from the free throw line and draws contact, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2. As they are going to whistle that one on Zadrick Betancourt. Second personal, 10th team foul, and so that will put Goddard in the double bonus. For the remaining 3:21 of this half, and Lovington going to be in a little foul trouble going into the second half. So Mendoza at the line. Puts up the first, and it won't go. So misses that free throw. Goddard now 4 of 6 collectively from the line. But the score stays 18-14. Second on the way for Mendoza. And that one no good. It'll be Thompson with another rebound, his 7th. DeMarcus leaves it off as they'll push it forward to Betancourt. Price gets back quickly and will push him out on the right base. Now they give it to Arroyo, who's going to direct traffic. Bounce it inside to Gomez. He works against Salas, looking for some room. Takes it to the baseline off the bottom of the rim. And Price has his 9th rebound of the first half. We've still got 3 minutes to go in this one. Lovington getting killed on the glass except for Thompson. Schooley is Cardenas going to get to him quickly. He'll have to save it out to Ramirez. Now over to Price. Gomez on him. Give it over to Schooley. Takes it to the right wing. Bounce to Price. In the low block, and then bounce it back out. Schooley on the horse, but can't get to it. And that'll be the 6th turnover for the Rockets. As Cervantes will check in for Mendoza. Herrera back in for Gomez. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. An 18-14 ball game. Both teams trying to find their offensive rhythm. Neither one of them has managed it as of yet. Arroyo to the front court, gets a screen from Herrera, almost loses it at the free throw line. Does use up his dribble. He'll just turn in and put one up from 16, and Price will have his 10th rebound of the ball game. Price right now is just a bucket away from a double-double. We still got 2 minutes to go in the first. Most of the damage done by Price. And for Lovington, done by Arroyo. To Schooley underneath. Tosses out to Price. He thinks about the 3 again. Don't think Coach Scott wants him taking the 3 ball all that often. As backing it up as we click under 2 minutes to go is Schooley, and Betancourt comes over and swats it away, trying to get it to Cervantes. Check it in will be Anson Marquez. He'll come in for Thompson. DeMarcus going to take a deep breath. And Gomez going to come in. As he'll check in for Herrera. So Betancourt, Gomez, Marquez, Cardenas, and Arroyo on the floor for the Wildcats. Cervantes looks to inbound from left of the Lovington bench. He will right at the time stripe with Schooley. Schooley works against Cardenas, pushes it into the corner. Cervantes takes the run on the right base, and he'll push it up. No good, but he winds up with his own rebound, and his putback no good, and he's going to be fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. They're going to call the push on Gomez, his first personal. Goddard already in the double bonus. So Cervantes heads to the line for two. Cervantes a perfect 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. And make it 3 for 3, and it breaks a long scoring drought for both teams. Puts Goddard up by 5, 19-14. 1:41 remaining here in the first half. Second on the way for Cervantes, and gets the bounce on that one. Or are they going to wave that off for a lane violation? Yeah, I've got a 19-15 on the board. It's actually 20-15. And a whistle sounds as an official timeout. I think they're going to come over and correct the scoreboard here. Yep, there we go. Should be 20-14, Coach. There we go. Coach Scott mentioning something to the scorer's table. Of course, Coach Scott, a coach here at Lovington for a number of years, I think, give a little business to Coach McCraw down there. The 99 seconds remaining in the first half. Lovington trails by 6. Got some work to do as Arroyo to Betancourt. Is Adrian going to bounce it out and back it out and give it to Arroyo in front of the student body? Leave it off. Betancourt with it again. Schooley will pick him up. Toss it to Pondo. 3 on the way right. Wing and bang! You get Micah that open. He'll make you pay for it. And he drains the 3 ball. 1:17 remaining in the first. Now a 3-point Goddard lead. Schooley will bring it right to left over the timeline into the offensive zone. Gets a screen from Price from the free throw line, and 15-footer is good. Schooley having a whale of a ball game himself. He's got 8 in the first half. So Arroyo to the front court with 1 minute remaining. To Betancourt, to Marquez, to Pondo. Over to Julian. He'll drive it into the right lane, put up the little push shot. He's off the glass and will go out of bounds. And now they're going to say last touch by Marquez. So into the hands of the Rockets. They lead by 5, 22-17. Schooley thinks about giving it back to Cervantes, then decides to keep it himself. Betancourt, a little pressure on him in the backcourt. Takes it to the left sideline where he'll hand it off to Salas, then to Cervantes. I apologize, my voice is a little bit wonky. I've got some of this sinus stuff going on. Schooley pushes it to Ramirez. Marquez picks him up. Then they'll get it back to Schooley from the right wing. 3 on the way. That one off the mark. Salas with the rebound and the little push put back. He's got his first bucket of the ball game. Lovington going to have to make some major adjustments at halftime. 24-17. Pondo left corner for 3. That one is off the back of the iron. Betancourt has the rebound. Lovington will push it out to Arroyo, and bang! Julian Arroyo has his second 3-ball of the ball game. And as we go to the half, it is Goddard leading Lovington by a score of 24-20. We'll be back for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show right after this. This is Wildcat Basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. You know you're going to need the Napa Know-How for your car. Get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, get up and go. And Lovington Auto Supply, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Halftime here at Wildcat Gym, Goddard leading 24-20. So how did we get here? Well, let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. Mitchell Schooley leads the way for the Goddard Rockets. He's got 9 points. 7 points for Rhett Price. 4 points David Cervantes. 2 points Jarrett McDoza. And 2 for Jared Salas. In that first half, the Rockets go 3 of 7 from the free throw line, so just a skosh under 50-50. Rhett Price, though, already with 10 rebounds in the ball game. The Rockets have absolutely been killing the Cats on the boards. 21 rebounds as a team for Goddard in that first half. They turn the ball over 6 times. They get 10 points in the first and 14 in the second. That's how they get to their 24 on the board. For your Lovington Wildcats, it has been the Julian Arroyo Show. 16 points for Julian in the first half. DeMarcus Thompson chipping in a point, and 3 points for Micah Pondo. Thompson, though, has been doing the yeoman's work on the glass for Lovington. He had 7 of the 14 for the Cats, so fully half their rebounds. Lovington goes 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half. Only 3 turnovers. 9 points in the first, 11 in the second. That's how Lovington gets to their 20. So your Lovington Auto Supply, Napa Know-How keys to the second half. If you're the Wildcats, you have got to do a better job on the glass. There are too many one-and-dones down the court for Coach Casey Pack's liking, and I think for anybody. So they've got to find a way to efficiently and effectively convert on offense, and they've got to find a way to get some of those rebounds. They've also got to find a second scoring option, if at all possible. Julian Arroyo was 16 of the 20 on the board for the Wildcats. If he cools off any, that is going to be trouble for Lovington. So you've got to find a second scoring option, and you've got to stop Goddard from getting quite so many rebounds. The Cats have done a nice job forcing 6 turnovers in that half, but only able to convert on 1 of them. So a lot of work for the Cats, some adjustments going to need to be made. That is for sure. So the Wildcats, though, still well in this one. Of course, they lost to Goddard by 10 last week at their place. They need to find a way to get the win in this one. Then that gets them ahead in the district race going into the Portales game on Friday night. Both of these teams, whoever wins this one tonight, will have the inside track on having the number 2 seed in the district tournament. We talked a little bit about this in the pregame show. I do not believe that they're going to take all 4 teams out of this district, and the rankings and the seedings would tell you as much too. So I think they'll take 2, maybe 3, but you definitely want to get yourself set up in that second position. Lovington definitely with the firepower to make it happen, but they are going to have to find some offensive rhythm and get that going at some point pretty early in the third quarter if they want to come back and get the victory in this one and get themselves 3 games over 500, but more importantly to 2 and 3 in the district race. 24-20 halftime here at Art Carger Court at Wildcat Gym. We'll take a timeout, come back with the second half. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply. 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Hey, you know you're going to need the Napa Know-How for your car. Get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. 217 West Avenue D, Napa. Get up and go. Proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, the Z94 KZOR Facebook page, and tonight, too, on KSVPTV.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight, wherever you are. Big thanks to Art Castro helping out with the camera tonight. Means I don't have to grow an extra set of arms tonight. And it's Art's fault if the camera's messed up. No, I'm just help. So we get ready for the start of the second half. The Cats with some work to do, trailing 24-20. It'll be Goddard basketball as we start the second half. Cervantes, Schooley, Mendoza, Price, and Ramirez on the floor for the Rockets. And for the Cats, it'll be Betancourt, Arroyo, Pondo, Gomez, and Thompson. So Mendoza takes it up and under, and then a long rebound will be made by Cervantes. That'll be his fourth as he gets it to Schooley, who goes to the floor, and a foul going to be called. Lovington picking up way too many fouls in that first half, and they are going to call the push foul on Betancourt. That'll be Zadrick's third. It will be the first personal in the half, first team foul. So the inbound to Schooley. He'll get it to Cervantes in the backcourt. Lovington going with a little more man pressure here in the early goings of the third period. Cervantes goes behind the back, working against Pondo. Uses up the dribble, gets it to Ramirez. Thompson on him tight. He looks for some help. Cervantes just going to come back. A 4-point lead for the Rockets. A little spin move for Cervantes at the free throw line. Rolls it to Price, and a little turnaround from 5 is up and in. Price now with 9 points in the ball game, and it'll be Goddard striking first. Back down the other way come the Cats, and Arroyo up and in. 18 for Julian, and the Cats answer immediately right back. 7:10 remaining here in the third, 26-22. Goddard in the lead as Pondo will swat it away from Cervantes. Tried to get it off Cervantes' foot. The ref right on top of it didn't buy it. So Cervantes looks to inbound under hard man pressure, and a whistle sounds, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Wade Scott. It will be just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 7:05 to go in the third. Wildcats and the Rockets, both teams trying to take control of second place in district. Of course, if you're just joining us earlier tonight, the Lovington girls defeated the Goddard girls 54-45, and they do take control of second place in the district race. Of course, for Lovington, big games coming up on Friday on the road at Portales. We'll have those games for you here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. Goddard on Friday will be taking on Artesia. Able to see that, I know, on KSVPTV.com. Opondo having a discussion with a ref across the way. Not sure what he's talking about. Micah, don't argue with that guy. He teed up the girls' bench for Goddard twice in the last game. In my experience, it never does you any good to argue with the refs. So it'll be Cervantes into the front court off of the inbound. They'll push it to Mendoza. He works for a little room, bounces to Cervantes. He drives in, puts up a little reverse layup. It is off the rim, and Thompson with his 8th rebound of the ball game. Arroyo to the front court, just keeps it himself, puts up the little teardrop floater. It is off the mark, and it'll be a rebound by Schooley, and then a whistle sounds, but Schooley travels. 7th turnover for the Rockets. Lovington will have it in their own end of the court. As Betancourt will inbound it, Salas will come into the ball game. Salas going to check in for Cervantes. And it'll be Betancourt to inbound right of his own bucket. The high inlet gets it in to Arroyo, gets it to Thompson. Directed over to Betancourt, wide open look at three, right corner. That one is going to be off the mark, and it'll go out of bounds and back into the hands of the Rockets. You get that look, you need to at least kiss the iron. But technically, that'll be a turnover for the Cats because it didn't touch anything. 6.5 remaining here in the third. Salas turns on the Jets. He'll take it coast to coast and blocked out. Nice job by Gomez. Now they put the pressure on into the hands of Pondo, who gets it to Julian as Goddard will drop back in defense. Arroyo signals out the offense. Thompson from Gomez, who goes through the paint. Now to Pondo, top of the arc, three, and that one off the mark. And the big wingspan of Price picks up his 11th rebound of the ball game. So the shooting woes continue for the Wildcats. Betancourt on Schooley. Knocks it away. Schooley takes it into the backcourt, and they're going to call another push on Betancourt. Zadrick going to pick up his 4th. So he's going to have to sit for a while as Dallas Cardenas waits to check in. Second team foul. Both of them whistled on Betancourt, who shakes his head and heads to the bench. Coach Casey Pack just tells him, hey, you gotta watch those reaches. So it'll be Schooley to inbound from in front of the Lovington student section. They'll get it into Mendoza. He takes it into the left lane, puts up the little push shot from there, and it is good. Mendoza 4 points in the ball game. 28-22, 6 up for the Rockets. Cats have yet to find any consistency. To Thompson, hand it off to Arroyo. Arroyo to Gomez. Gomez to Pondo. Thinks about the three, then they'll reset the offense. Cardenas to Gomez as they continue to work it around. 5.5 remaining in the third. To Arroyo, the little teardrop from 8, and it is up and good. 20 in the ball game for Julian. Makes it 28-24. Back to a 4-point Goddard lead. 5:15 remaining in the third. Mendoza to the front court. Arroyo gives him a little room to Ramirez near side. He almost loses the basketball, and they do call the travel as he kind of oopsied it. And so that'll be the 9th turnover for the Rockets. So Lovington now with a chance to cut it down to a one-possession ball game. Coach Pack telling them exactly what he wants to see, what he wants them to do. To the front court, Pondo in front of the Stray Cats. Gets it to Gomez, top of the arc. They'll give it over to Arroyo. Picks up the dribble, swing it back out to Thompson. And a foul going to be called on Mendoza as he got a little wild and crazy over there. After Cardenas got the basketball, his first personal, just the first team foul on the Rockets here in the half. So Lovington basketball as Arroyo will inbound it. Looks like they're going to go man pressure. Arroyo will bounce it to Thompson in the deep left corner. Julian gets it back. Thinks about more than an NBA three. Now he'll take it to the left elbow, and 15-footer is up and good. Julian Arroyo keeping the Cats in this one single-handedly. 28-26. Arroyo now with 22 in the ball game. And Salas on the front, and they are, wow, I thought he stepped on the sideline instead. They are going to call Thompson for the push, his second personal. Third team foul on the Wildcats. So now Anson Marquez will come in for Thompson. Cardenas, Marquez, Pondo, Arroyo, and Gomez on the floor for the Wildcats. Throw it into Price, and saving it to Price is Salas. Price from the block puts it up, and the rebound going to be made by Gomez. Good job by Wyatt. Gets it to Julian. Hippity hop through the lane, and he misses the open runner, and the rebound made by Schooley, but then he is tied up underneath by Arroyo and by Marquez, and the possession arrow goes for the Wildcats. Good hustle, good control there for Lovington. Trailing by 2 with 4:20 remaining in the third. Get it into Pondo. Bobbles it. Get some help. Will push it out to Gomez. Now Lovington will set the offense. 4:10 to go. Cardenas to Gomez. Working it on the outside. Underhand to Marquez. Now to Pondo. Gomez, Cardenas. Marquez. Now to Arroyo. Schooley stays on him on the far side. He'll pull the long two-point trigger, and not a pretty one, and Cervantes will come away with it. Schooley to the front court, goes behind the back. Picks up the dribble and loses it. Wow, they're going to call a foul. Wow, all right, they're going to call the hold on Julian Arroyo, his first personal. Fourth team foul on Lovington. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Wade Scott. 3:46 remaining here in this third quarter. It's Lovington trailing Goddard 28-26. We'll be back. More Wildcat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Out of the Goddard timeout back here at Wildcat Gym, Lovington trailing 28-26. I'm TJ Miracle. Art Castro running the camera for me tonight. Big thanks to Art helping me out. Definitely appreciate that. So Goddard will inbound it as it'll come to Cervantes back at the timeline. Pondo picks him up, push it into Price in the high post, and he'll turn around. And the little jump shot from Price is good. He's got 11. Now 30-26 as check it into the ball game. Hector Bonilla. As Guzman waits to check in, and Pondo, yep, he picked up the pivot foot. That'll get you every time. Fifth turnover for the Wildcats as Coach Pack telling them, come on, you know better than that. As Gomez checks out, Guzman will check in. Guzman, Pondo, Cardenas, Bonilla on the floor for Lovington. You got Ramirez, Salas, Cervantes, Mendoza, and Price on the floor for the Rockets. Salas to the front court, works against Bonilla. Flip it over near side to Cervantes. Cervantes works against Pondo, uses up his dribble. Bounce it underneath to Price. Reaching in and swiping it away and pulling it out. And they are going to call a timeout by Coach Casey Pack. And they force the turnover, and a good timeout there for the Wildcats. Not mistaken, that is just their first timeout. And it will be a 30, so we'll just keep it right here. Say a big thanks again to the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat basketball possible, including the First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. I'm TJ Miracle here at Wildcat Gym. Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Art Castro nice enough to bail me out on the camera tonight. Appreciate Art's help. And we appreciate having you with us tonight on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and also tonight being fed by our friends over at KND on KSVPTV.com. So it'll be Lovington basketball out of the Wildcat timeout after they force the turnover. Marquez will inbound it to Bonilla. Hector into the front court, comes near side to Pondo, who will flip it back out. They'll work it around. Cardenas winds up with it to Pondo, right wing for three, and that one is going to be off the mark. Ball bobbled around, and it'll be Zeke with the rebound and the putback. First board of the ball game, his first bucket of the ball game, and Lovington back to within a possession. 30-28, 2:45 to go, third quarter. The Lovington student section finally showing a little bit of life here late, as Cervantes loses it off of his foot, and Pondo will come through and slide it away, and they are going to call the travel on Micah, so the teams are going to trade turnovers. But that was a big hustle play, just couldn't push it around. Schooley will check back in for Salas for the Rockets. So Bonilla going to come over and guard Mendoza on the inbound with 2:35 to go here in the third. So Mendoza looks to inbound it from in front of the student section, bounces it to Schooley back near the timeline. Works against Cardenas, takes it right side on the far sideline. Sling it near side to Cervantes, he works against Pondo. Can force some help, uses up the dribble. Mendoza's there, and they are going to get Pondo. Little touch foul. That'll be his second personal, fifth team foul, and the blue-clad faithful, the Boo Birds are out. Pondo going to check out after picking up his second. Julian Arroyo checks in. So now Mendoza to inbound it, as he'll get it to Price, and he'll bounce it right into the hands of Hector Bonilla. Forces the turnover, and then Hector gets run over. So forces the turnover and picks up the foul. Let's see for sure who they put that up on, as they will whistle that on Dominic Ramirez, his first personal, just the second team foul as we come back the other way with Bonilla. Bonilla to Arroyo, thinks about the long three, now take it into the left block, pushes back out to Hector. Bonilla will direct traffic and get it to Cardenas. Now around to Marquez. Hansen hands it off. Push away from the basketball, no call. To Cardenas at the free throw line, push it out as they continue to work it around. 1:45 to go here in the first. Long two-pointer on the way, that one off the mark. And it'll be Schooley coming down with the rebound, his eighth. Lovington still getting just killed on the glass. Cervantes will bounce it over into the hands of Ramirez, almost knocked away by Bonilla. Cervantes will wind up with it. He works against Anson, bounce it in to the high post, and the little turnaround jumper from there is Price, and it is good. He can be deadly from that range. 32-28. Back down come the Wildcats. 1:17 to go in the third, trailing by 4. DeMarquez to Bonilla, working the far side. He directs traffic. Hector will bring it near side, just hand it off to Cardenas. Hippity hop through the lane, and they will call the block foul on Mendoza. And that'll be his second personal, just the third team foul on the Rockets. And they are going to say it is on the floor, and a couple of the officials discussing whether it's a block or a charge. I'm going to go in the area of the block. If it was a charge, I would say it, and they changed the call to a charge. Are you kidding me? Or no, it was a travel, a travel before the charge. Okay. All right, so I can be not quite as upset. 60 seconds to go here in the third. As into the front court comes Ramirez, gives it to Cervantes. A 4-point lead for Goddard. Into the ball game, Diego Garcia. He guards Cervantes. Pushing it high to Price underneath, and he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Couple of cats in the neighborhood. Is it on Arroyo or Guzman? That'll be the question. And they are going to call it on Guzman. That'll be his third personal. 6th team foul on Lovington, and so pretty much Goddard going to wind up in the bonus the entire fourth quarter. So Price at the line where he is 0 for 1 and make it 0 for 2. The announcer's curse continues as Thompson will check in for Marquez. Now Thompson and Guzman in the front blocks, Cardenas. and Bonilla behind him. So Price at the line, misses the first, puts up the second, doesn't get that one to go, and the ball loose on the floor, and Arroyo comes through and gets it, but knocked away by Mendoza. And, wow, they're going to say last touched by the Cats. 32-28 the score. It stays Goddard basketball. They are in the lead. They'll toss it in. Goes around to Price, and, yep, you get it into him like that every time. He is going to make you pay for it. So now 34-28. Nobody underneath to defend him. So Lovington has got to find something going to the fourth. Arroyo from the right elbow, 15-footer, no good. And guess who? It's Price with his 12th rebound of the ball game. He's got the double-double. Schooley coming back for the Rockets with Cardenas on him. Sling it to Cervantes, back to Schooley, over to Price. 16-footer from the right side. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Guzman with his second board of the ball game. To 5 with 4 with 3. He goes through the little underhand scoop, is up and in for Julian. As the buzzer sounds on the fourth quarter, we head to the fourth. About where we started the third, a 4-point lead for Goddard. It's Goddard 34, Lovington 30. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, start of the fourth quarter. It's still anybody's ball game, but Lovington has got to find a second option. 24 of the 30 on the board belong to Julian Arroyo. Right now, the Cats trail by 4, 34-30. The other way, it's pretty much been the Rhett Price show. 15 points to go along with 12 rebounds. 9 points for Mitchell Schooley. And it'll be Goddard basketball to start this fourth quarter. So you got Cardenas, Arroyo, Betancourt, Guzman, and Thompson on the floor for the Wildcats. And it is Cerrillo giving it to Mendoza from the free throw line, and that one is going to be in and out off of the tip. And Zadrick will wind up with his fourth board of the ball game. He's out there with 4 fouls. He's got to be just a little bit careful, especially on the defensive end. As Arroyo will push the Lovington team back. He drives in, goes against Schooley, puts up the shot. No good, and it'll be Schooley who winds up with the rebound, his 9th. Schooley back down, bounce it to Cervantes, coming on the right lane, and it is up and in. David Cervantes with 6 points in the ball game, and now it's a 6-point lead for the Rockets. As Betancourt goes in and a reach foul. They're going to get Cerrillo, or are they going to get Mendoza? They're going to get Mendoza for his 3rd personal, 4th team foul. So Price going to check in for Carrillo. So you've got Price, Ramirez, Mendoza, Cervantes, Schooley on the floor for the Rockets. Get it into Arroyo, give it back to Betancourt from the deep right corner. Takes it to the right elbow, then backs it out to Julian. NBA 3 right wing on the way, and bang! Julian Arroyo drains the 3 ball and cuts it in half. 36-33, Lovington back to within 3. 1 minute exactly gone in the fourth. Cervantes will run the point, gives it off to Price. Back to Mendoza. Little hesitation step. Then to Cervantes in the left wing. Julian on him tight. He'll spin out and go to the top of the arc. Now they'll get it. Ramirez thinks about the 3, and they'll reset the offense. 6:30 remaining here in the ball game. A 3-point Goddard lead. Lovington wanting the walk. They're not getting it. Mendoza thinks about the 3, goes over Betancourt for it. It is off the mark, and Cervantes is there with the rebound, and he will rattle home the putback. He's got 8 in the ball game. And now 38-33. 6:17 to go here in the ball game. As Arroyo drives it to the free throw line, now takes it in hard against Price, puts up the shot, won't fall, but he'll go to the line for two. Couple of Rockets in the neighborhood. We'll see who they are going to whistle it on, and they will call the push on Price. So that'll be his second personal, fifth team foul on the Rockets. I like that the Cats have started attacking underneath. Give them a chance to get to the line. Cut into this a little more with the clock stopped as Arroyo gets it over the front of the rim. Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, but it works. It all goes on the score the same way. 28 of the 34 on the board are Arroyo's, and that one is going to be too hard. But Thompson is there with the rebound. That is a big one. Cats will reset, get it to Betancourt, now to Arroyo. Three top of the arc, and that one is going to be off the mark and right into the hands of Mendoza. The easy rebound. Mendoza brings it back down himself. A 4-point lead for the Rockets. Seems like I've been saying that for the last 45 minutes as Cervantes up off the glass out of the assist. He's got 10 in the ball game. 40-34. Betancourt to Thompson. Now to Arroyo. As Arroyo goes through the lane and his little finger roll up and in. And we're back to a 4-point ball game, 40-36. Is Lovington trying to get the D-up chance started here with 5:20 to go in regulation. They've forced 13 turnovers thus far in the ballgame, only turned it over 7, but have not had a chance to convert on a lot of them. They have been ice cold, all but Julian Arroyo. To Mendoza, thinks about the long three, bounce it to Price in the low post, and he'll take it up and in. Brett Price was 17 in the ballgame. Now it's 42-36, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Wade Scott. With 4:59 remaining in the ballgame, it is Goddard 42, Lovington 36. We'll be back in a minute. This is Wildcat Basketball from New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Out of the Goddard timeout, it'll be Lovington basketball trailing 42-36 to the Goddard Rockets. Welcome back to Art Carter Court at Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle. Art Castro assisting on the camera tonight. Big thanks to Art for helping me out. I definitely appreciate it. So with 4:59 remaining in the ballgame, the Cats trail by 6. As Thompson will inbound it to Pondo, who checks in. A little backcourt pressure now from the Rockets. Hand it off to Arroyo, who turns on the Jets, gets it across the timeline. From the top of the arc, Arroyo going to direct traffic. Works in on a screen, little pick, push it out to Pondo from the right wing. That one is going to be off the mark, and saving it in is Arroyo as he saves it off of the leg. Good hustle play as he knocks it off Ramirez. It'll stay Lovington basketball. In the timeout, Coach Casey Pack telling them they got 4 minutes to get this turned around. Was very emphatic about the way they needed to work this out as Ante Herrera back into the ball game as Cardenas will inbound it to Pondo and just taken away from him by Schooley. Just strips it out. He'll throw the fastball down to Price, who tries to slam it home and misses it, and into the hands of Lovington. Pondo, his first board. Back down, and yep, they're going to call the palm on Pondo. 9th turnover for the Wildcats. Seems like when we get something going our way, something happens and it comes back the other way. Is the Lovington student section giving Price a bit of the business after the missed dunk. Hey, it's hard to dunk. I'm too short to have ever tried it. As the inbound will come to Mendoza, he'll take it home himself and go off the left glass, and he'll get the bucket and the foul. 6 points now for Mendoza, and the foul going to be called. They're going to get Gomez for his second personal. And that'll be the 7th team foul on Lovington, so that will put the Rockets in the bonus from here on, as they stretch this up to an 8-point lead, their biggest of the ball game. Mendoza for the and one, and he gets 3 the old-fashioned way. Now 45-36, a 9-point lead for the Rockets. As they'll get it into the corner, Pondo, the little head fake to Arroyo for 3. That one too hard, and it'll be Price with another rebound, his 13th. Push it across to Cervantes on a little backcourt pressure to Ramirez. Loses the basketball, loose on the floor. Somehow he saves it. Gets it to Price, and I've got to think, after watching Coach Scott for a number of years here in Lovington, that he's not going to completely take the foot off the pedal, but he's going to take a lot of the air out of the ball. They try to get it into Price. Price winds up with it from the high post, and he'll turn around and put it up. It won't fall, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. They'll call the elbow. Let's see who they whistled it up on for sure, as it'll be on Pondo, his 3rd personal, 18 foul on the Cats. If anybody at the line you want for the Rockets, it's probably Price, and as soon as I say that, he gets his first. He's 1 of 4 from the line and puts the Rockets up by 10, 46-36. Pondo checks out. Betancourt will check in. Betancourt, Cardenas, Arroyo, Thompson, and Gomez on the floor for the Cats. Mendoza, Schooley, Cervantes, Price, Ramirez on the floor for the Rockets. Second is up for Price, and good. So an 11-point lead now for Goddard, their biggest of the ball game. 3:45 to go. Lovington's going to have to start chipping away at this right now. Betancourt out to Arroyo, who corrals it near the timeline in front of the student section. With 3:33 to go, gets a screen. Arroyo brings it in, goes into the right lane this time, puts up a wild one, and into the hands of Cervantes. That'll be his 8th rebound. As Schooley will bring it into the front court. The clock not Lovington's friend at this point. Cervantes to Schooley, brings it onto the right base and just goes from right to left. And will cycle it back around to Ramirez, who thinks about the 3 and then thinks, nah, I'll just give it back to Schooley after it gets bobbled around a little bit. Clock continues to move, under 3 to play in the ball game. To Ramirez, and they're going to call jump ball as Arroyo jumps him up, and it'll be Lovington basketball. Maybe that will be the spark the Wildcats need to get things moving along, as Arroyo going to check out of the ball game and to go take a quick breather. As Hector Bonilla comes in, Cardenas comes out, Diego Garcia in the ball game. So Lovington going with a little bit smaller lineup with 2:55 to go here in the ball game and an 11-point deficit. Bonilla bounces it to Betancourt. Betancourt pushes to Thompson. Thompson, a little hesitation move, takes it to the left base and put it up and count the bucket and the foul. Thompson now with 3 points in the ball game, and finally get going for Lovington. So Thompson at the line for the and one. Marcus puts the right toe on the stripe, and he gets 3 the old-fashioned way. Now it's 47-39. 2:41 to go. Full court presses on for the Wildcats. Push it forward, get it to Cervantes. He gets around Bonilla. Get it to Mendoza, and he'll cycle it back out. Now they're going to try and take some of the air out of the ball. Lovington keeps the pressure on. Push it into Cervantes, and he has a good look at it, and he puts it up and in. Now 49-39, back to a 10-point lead. Cervantes in the ball game with 12 for the Rockets. It'll be Bonilla in the front court to Thompson. Working the left wing, 3-pointer on the way. That one is off the mark. And it'll be Mendoza with the rebound, and then he is going to be fouled. And they are going to call the hold on Bonilla, his 3rd personal. That's the 19th foul on Lovington. We'll walk about 75 feet down, and Mendoza will shoot free throws. Mendoza 1 of 3 from the stripe. Ezekiel Guzman checking in for the Wildcats. He'll go in for Wyatt Gomez. As Mendoza at the line. 2:05 remaining in the ball game. A 10-point lead for the Rockets. And as time ticks away, the game in Portales Friday night taking on added importance as the front end of the 1-1 is up and good for Mendoza. He's got 8 points in the ball game now, 50-39 in favor of the Rockets. Can't worry about Friday until you get through with this one, though, as Mendoza's second is up and he gets them both. Now 51-39. Cats in a big hole and not much time to dig out of it. Just haven't had the spark tonight at all. Betancourt, little head fake, goes through the lane and the little reverse layup, and we just cannot buy one tonight. 14th rebound for Rhett Price. 1:45 to go. Run about another 30 seconds off of this one. It'll be time to wave the white flag, I think, if you're the Wildcats, but they're still fighting hard for the ball, and they will force the turnover. 15th of the ball game. Get it to Garcia, and he'll take it up off the right glass, and again we can't buy one. 15th rebound for Price. Push it to Cervantes. Under 90 seconds to go. Wild pass and another steal. Coming back are the Cats. Bonilla to Garcia. And they'll push it back out. They've got to start finding some shots. Garcia, though, gets his pocket picked, and Mendoza going to come around, and he'll lay it up and in. And now it'll be 53-39, 14-point deficit. And, yep, I think it's time for the white flag to wave. As Betancourt will hand it off to Thompson. Now work it around to Garcia. He'll pull the three-point trigger, top of the arc, and bang! Finally get one to fall, 53-42. And a timeout going to be taken. So we'll just keep it right here with 43 seconds remaining in the ball game. Cats going to fall to 10-11 on the season and 1-4 in district. But that's going to mean we have got a big matchup set up. I think we're going to wind up with a three-way tie for second if Lovington can head up to Portales and get business taken care of on Friday night. Of course, that's not to say that the Rockets won't upset Artesia, but so the best case scenario for Lovington, if they don't want to be would own the tiebreaker against them, which would put them at the number 3 seed, but then they would get the game here on Tuesday night next week in the district tournament. So very important Friday night game. We'll talk to Coach Casey Pack about that in our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation coming up in your Now Pharmacy postgame show here in 43 seconds of clock time. So on the court for the Cats is going to be Diego Garcia. Adam Sanchez also in the ball game. Hector Bonilla still on the court. Oscar Galindo getting some time tonight, as is Ishmael Martinez. And the Rockets are going to keep their starters on the floor with 43 seconds remaining. So Cervantes will inbound it, pushes into Schooley as he works against Sanchez. Bounce it to Mendoza. He'll take it to the right baseline, then toss it back to Schooley. They'll set it. Lovington going to keep fighting hard. Kids out on the court, getting some time. That's a good thing. You need the experience. As Ramirez tosses to Mendoza, 22 seconds to go. Goddard just going to play keep away here. No, again, it's Ramirez to Cervantes right at the timeline. Diego comes out to guard him with 10 seconds to go. He'll start a little run in, then toss it to Price in front of the free throw line. And then back out to Ramirez with 2, with 1. And that will do it. Our final score tonight as the Goddard Rockets will improve to 12-13 on the season and drop the Cats to 12-11 on the year. They win tonight by 11, 53-42. We will take a timeout and come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How postgame show. This is Wildcat Basketball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome to your Now Pharmacy postgame show from the good folks at Now Pharmacy right here in Lovington. For over 75 years, your local hometown pharmacy and proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. The Cats fall tonight to the Goddard Rockets 53-42. Should have Coach Casey Pack joining us here in just a few minutes for our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. And final numbers in this one tonight. For the Rockets, they had 3 players in double digits. The Rhett Price Show, 19 points to go along with 15 rebounds. 12 points for David Cervantes and 11 in the game for Jarek Mendoza. Mitchell Schooley just missing double digits with 9 points. The Rockets tonight go 8 of 14 from the free throw line. Mentioned Price with 15 rebounds. They had 37 rebounds collectively as a team. Turned the ball over 16 times on the night. And they, of course, get the victory tonight, 53-42. They scored 19 points in that fourth quarter. For the Lovington Wildcats, it was the Julian Arroyo show. Unfortunately, Julian, the only one who was really able to get it going tonight. He finishes up the night with 30 points in the ball game. So a big night for Julian Arroyo, but just a tough one for the rest of the squad tonight as Coach Casey Pack joins us for our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. So, Coach, a tough one tonight, dropping you to 1-4 in district, but you got to look at the good with the bad, I guess. And the good, Julian Arroyo, 30 points.
Yeah, but, I mean, at times, on his shot selection, it was good and bad, but at times, he was shooting the ball every time. I'm not trying to deny that he's our scorer, but at times you got to find a teammate. I really do. When I'm fine with him shooting it, but he wasn't on tonight.
Yeah, it was at times a little off, looked like.
Yes.
So what do you take out of this one when, really it seemed like not a lot went right? The defense did a good job. You forced 16 turnovers in the game. Really, other than Price on the boards, you did, pretty even in that category. But, what do you take out of something like this?
Well, that's just getting rhythm on the offense. It only touched one kid's hands tonight for us, which is not a good thing. And we just got to learn to trust and develop more rhythm in the offense. And I'm not trying to discredit our Julian because he's a great player, but at times you got to know when you're on and when you're hot. He's a great kid. He'll bounce back from it, and we'll just move forward from it.
Well, and that's what you got to do, move forward. Of course, one game left in the district regular season. And, you've got to beat Portales if you want to get a home game in the district tournament, and that's going to be really important, I've got a feeling.
Right, yeah, that'll be important. We'll see how they handle it. It'll be a great environment. If you can get a chance to get to Portales, it'll be a great environment.
Well, and it always is. Are we playing at I heard they were having something weird going on with their scoreboard. Are we actually playing at the Ram Athletic Center, or are we playing over at Eastern?
Honestly, I don't know yet. I've heard that if they don't have the scoreboard, that we'll be playing at Eastern. But I heard too they've got the scoreboard fixed. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. It's going to be a great environment either way. So you saw this Portales team a couple of weeks ago. Got to put this one behind you tonight. So expecting about the same out of Portales that we saw here.
Oh yeah. They're fast and athletic, and we got to get more kids involved with our offense and scoring. You can't just we're one-dimensional right now, and it's you can stop one-dimensional. So, but we'll work on it and get it fixed.
Well, how do you work on that in the the practices you got coming up?
Well, first of all, you show it on the film because the film don't. I mean, the eye in the sky don't lie, and just see where other kids, might be open on the offense and stuff, and show what he might be missing or we're missing, and angles of the game. So, I mean, we'll adjust and try to do the right thing.
Well, offensively, it didn't go the way you wanted tonight. Of course, defensively, anytime you lose, you got to say, well, the defense didn't play like you want them to. But there were some good things this game, really close for a lot of that game. And so, I guess, like I said earlier, you got to kind of take the good with the bad.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Move on and just build on what you can and fix what you can, and then get ready for Portales on Friday.
Right. And, learn from for it next year. Grow and get better.
Well, hopefully we've still got a lot more of this year to go,
yes,
too.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
So going to be an exciting game on Friday night, and then, of course, the district tournament next week, and we want to have one here. Friday night's going to be a big one.
Yes, sir.
So Coach Casey Pack joining us here on the postgame show. Always appreciate him coming over and visiting with us. Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. Our final again tonight, the Wildcats fall to the Goddard Rockets 53-42. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one for tonight as the Wildcats get a split. The girls winning the early game 54-45, but the Cats falling by a final of 53-42. Like to say a big thank you to Art Castro tonight, helping us out to run the camera. So it wasn't all my fault tonight. So appreciate Art coming over and helping us out. Appreciate you watching wherever you have been around Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world tonight here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and also on KSVPTV.com tonight. As Wildcat basketball comes to a close, this has been your Now Pharmacy postgame show and Wildcat basketball from Now Pharmacy. First American Bank of Lovington, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. We'll see you Friday night in Portales. Good night, everybody.